Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
I don't know who need to hear this, but let me put this out here. Stop sparing folks. Hello, somebody. Stop sparing folks. Nobody cared when your feelings was hurt. Nobody cared when you was pacing the floor. Nobody cared when you was sliding down the wall. Nobody cared when you was standing over there with a face full of tears. You had to suck it up, buttercup. But then when it come to other folk feelings, here you are. Want to tiptoe around it. Want to avoid the elephant in the room. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to disturb the peace. Stop sparing folk. Ain't nobody spare you when it was your turn. Give it to them real. Give it to them raw. Give it to them uncut and uncensored. This is exactly what it is. This where you had me messed up at. Yeah. I ain't playing with nobody this season, baby.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, good morning, YouTube. It's been a little up and down yesterday, poking some fun, plus having some devastating news coming from Camp EMGL. Again, we have Camp MGL in our prayers, our thoughts, and as she's struggling to deal with the unthinkable this morning. And then, of course, we had the news coming out about Taylon Mosley, just awful. I'm getting word from locals that that particular pond in which he was found, everybody in that community knew was literally gator infested water. And it was the intent of whoever, Thomas Mosley is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We are not a court of law. This is the Bullhorn Betty channel. I think he's a despicable man. If you think that this man is innocent, just go think that. It's just too coincidental that there was an altercation at 8:45. He's showing up at his mom's house a half hour later, all cut up to the point that he needs to go to the hospital. Meanwhile, his ex, Passion Jeffrey, is brutally slain in her apartment by a knife, which seems indicative of him holding the knife with the level of injury that kept him in the hospital for several days. This man, we haven't dived into his background yet. We are working on that. Apparently, there was another creator that was out there. They were processing the house later in the evening last night. And, we were out there, and we were going to be out there this morning. As a matter of fact, I was going to be going out to help search for this little boy. And as speaking to another creator, we were going to not really focus on the area in and around the apartments. We were going to follow the trail from the apartments back to Thomas Mosley's house and be searching any areas, waterways, and things of that nature to look for him, because it was our belief that Taylon Mosley left that home and was transported. We just had this gut feeling, because he wasn't in the home with his mother, that he had been removed from that house, as opposed to being wandering away, because we learned from law enforcement that the house was locked when the manager had to gain entry. So we had a good idea of what kind of transpired with the information that we had, and we were trying to get that out to each and every one of you. So this morning, as of last night, Thomas Mosley has been charged with 2 first-degree counts of murder. And unfortunately, if you guys missed the live last night, Taylon was found in the mouth of a gator. The good news is that he was fully intact. They can't tell his cause of death just yet. And if he was stabbed, even if they could have seen those injuries on his body, because he was in the gator's mouth, they can't, state that with specificity until an autopsy is done to identify which injuries are from the gator and which injuries are from Thomas Mosley. I am of the belief that there is enough information. I can tell you that there was an enormous amount of cameras in and around the area where Passion Jeffrey was slain, and there was plenty of camera footage all the way to Tom Mosley's home. So I am very confident that they have reviewed all of that information, that they have those videos, that they have, that, and probably may have, because they did get the car. They were processing the car early on. They may have gotten enough data from either his phone or the vehicle to try to pinpoint or coordinate where he may have stopped for a few moments or whatnot. But they were out in the area. Law enforcement was out in the area looking for Taylon Mosley when they saw a gator swimming by with something in its mouth. And they had to euthanize that gator in order to retrieve Taylon Mosley. I can't imagine, what these officers went through. So we'll circle back to that. I'm going to say good morning, because we haven't been able to say good morning to a lot of our audience here lately, as this, this exposing of the wannabe drug thug. And we are digging in, because I don't like being called a liar when I produce and research legit information. And I have another creator lying. And I want to tell you guys, first and foremost, that they actually came, they tried to, like, I didn't sweat one bit, but they literally tried as hard as they could, violating literally YouTube's terms of service, which they always try to say, I'm violating YouTube's terms of service. So I want you guys to hear this. And then I'm going to show you just how hard they came after, not just this channel, but my second channel. And I want to let you know, not only did I not receive any community strikes, I have not had any but one video taken down. And in the letter, and I'll show you, they went ahead and removed it for precautionary measures. They removed my community strike and actually stated that I was resolved of that. So it just goes to show you that these people that are telling you that these terms of service, that I'm violating terms of service, clearly I'm not, because you're about to see the level of how they came after me. And all these videos are still up. And my channel, both of my channels are still here. They also wanted to go further and state that I was running this stuff on my backup channel because I didn't want to have this channel taken down. But everything's been on this channel. I did that. I put some videos on that channel to build up viewership. But I am a very open, transparent person. I have integrity. I stand behind my work. There's times I make mistakes just like everybody else. And I come out here and tell you I make those mistakes. I don't lie to you, and I will never lie to you. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say I will never lie to you. That would be a complete and utter lie, because in investigation, sometimes I do things for psychology purposes to force people to have to respond. So sometimes I don't mind lying to get a response here. That is just the psychology of it. When you do investigations, you're not an open book. You have to be manipulative at some points to get the information that you need. And I've done that in multiple investigations, even as a paralegal. When I've done research and I've had to call people out or, dig in a little bit, I'll say something to make them correct me so I can identify that I am truly on the right track. So, it's not designed to deceive my audience as opposed to an investigative tool. So there's the difference. But I did want to show you guys. I want you guys to hear some of this stuff.
Oh gosh.
I don't fucking touch the Girl Scout, bitch.
Well, her little backup channel did. She made a backup channel just to do this, just so she can, because she knew we were going to strike her ass.
Why? Like you just
The hive was on that fucking channel. I was like, I didn't even know about it, and a bitch linked me up. I was like, whoa.
The minute she goes live on it, since she's been struck on that one, guess what?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I said YouTube TOS it's not.
So you've got people telling people about terms of service. Well, saying somebody's first and last name, their lawful legal name, is not a violation of terms of service. I've got the original email that I have received from YouTube saying I violated the terms of service. I appealed that. I provided my explanation, and they reversed it after reviewing what was posted. So that shows you saying somebody's first and last name, providing public records on YouTube, whether it's bad or good, is legit. And I'm able to do that as long as it comes from a public record source, a news source, or other. So this idea that I have somehow violated terms of service for exposing Queen Bee's lies is garbage. And they were on there yesterday on their panel after I got done with mine, saying that all I do is pull myself out of bed. I come in here, I search the information, what's new on my cases, and we run live with them. And that's all I do. And as soon as my live is over, I roll over and go back to bed. That's what they say. But on the other hand, they're also saying that they don't like me traveling the country and doing the work that I do, right? That I'm so busy traveling the country and poking my nose. So which is it? Am I home in bed sleeping, or am I working? Because I go to nonprofit events, to raise money for children and child welfare things here. I go to my BOCC meeting. I reach out to politicians and stuff across this country to advocate for children and try to get people on board with that, not petty bull stuff like I'm doing right now. This is all, and trust me, guys, we're going to go back to regular Bullhorn Betty show next week. We're starting Monday. We'll have our regular coffee club, and we'll be doing this stuff. And as information comes, I will be putting it out because I do have a lot of record requests out right now. So once those record requests are fulfilled, I will be putting that stuff out because I'm tired of this channel. Don't know this lady, never did anything to her. She's made so many videos about me, and I'm finally giving her a taste of her own medicine, and they are just trying to take this channel down. But let me tell you, folks, I promise you I am here. I'm going to stay here. I've never violated terms of service. I don't even have community strikes on my channel. I doubt that they can say the same thing, and we're going to expose them. And the other people on that panel are in my eyesight too, because they have also caused me damage. And if they're going to talk mad cash shit about me, then we need to put them out there in the light of people, if they're going to put me in the light of people. Now, if they would like to stop, I'm happy to stop. But if they want to keep going, we will keep going. This idea that I'm going to sit here and continue to watch them lie and stuff about me. I mean, at the end of the day, I really don't care. But my audience does, because they lie. And my audience is upset because they lie. They don't come over here. They don't watch. They try to say we're conspiracy theories. But when have we done any conspiracy theories on this channel? We talk about the facts and we speculate based upon the facts. Van Lady, good morning. I saw some of the posts you made. Thank you. God bless you. ZA, Cranky Pants, Julie. Who else do we have? Potty Mouth, ZA, Tammy T, Sepsis. Nice to see you. TD Dean. Such a short name, and I still stumble on it. Oh, Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. As we fill up Skittles, it's nice to see you in here. The real me too. Nice to see you. I love seeing you. It's nice to see you in here. Good Lord. We're already filling up. Let's see. Who else do we have? We have Skittles. Oh, Karen Davis. Good morning. Patty. Nice to see you. I see you guys are waking up. I hope you guys got your coffee. Crazy Cat Lady is in the house. Candace, it's nice to see you. Who else do we have? Silent Assassins. Love it. Sherry, it's nice to see you. Kimberly, Audrey, Blake, Kim, Blue Eyes is in the house. Domino Queen. Do you really play dominoes? Tell me the truth. I haven't played dominoes in years. I really haven't. Alabama Mama of 4. Charles, Pebbles, nice to see you. Michelle, it's nice to see you. Whoopsie Daisy is in the house. Sherry. Oh my God, I need a cup of coffee. I do too. Did you guys see that clip? I was working around the house and I'm like, I gotta have coffee. I hadn't had coffee all day. And I go and I don't know how I forgot I didn't have coffee and I needed to go to the store and pick up coffee. And so all I could find is my best friend had given, because she didn't have a grinder at the time and didn't want this, she got the wrong bag, and it was coffee beans. And so I stuck the coffee beans in my refrigerator, and I had meant to get, a coffee grinder like 2 years ago for this coffee, but it was Starbucks. And anybody knows that when I do make coffee in the house, I like Dunkin' Donuts, but when I want coffee out, I go to Starbucks for my coffee. So it's kind of weird. I got Dunkin' in the house and Starbucks when I go out because I don't drink it. Starbucks is just lots of calories. So I do that in sparing. And I will be honest with you. Robin, Miss Robin made me gain like 15 pounds last year. It's all her fault. I swear to God. So anyways, I didn't have the grinder and I ended up using the blender. The blender actually worked. If you guys are in a pinch and you have coffee beans and you need a ground coffee, put it in the blender. I was pleasantly surprised. I have to be honest with you. I was a little shocked that it worked, but I was able to have coffee. So, good luck with your coffee. I got coffee. Actually, I put my coffee in the 7-Eleven cup because I went across the street when I was out there at Talen's covering the Talen case. And across the street was a 7-Eleven. I have to be honest with you. They had a machine in there that was like a latte, macchiato, and like it was almost like a Starbucks machine. You go in there, you pick whether you want a latte, a macchiato. I didn't know they had that. You know, I'm used to that powder crap with the water. This actually had steamed milk in it. It was awesome. I'm like, what? Because I actually went, because they had the one that had the powder in it, but it didn't have any names on it. So I walked up to the lady. I'm like, do you have? And she's like, well, what were you looking for? I said, like a French vanilla, a macchiato, you know, something that powder stuff. You just push the button and fill your coffee up. It puts the water and the powder in it, but it's really good. It tastes creamy and it's delicious. And they're like, oh, well, we have this machine here. And I'm like, I'll be. I actually used it. It had pretty stinking good coffee, I have to say. 7-Eleven stepping up the game in coffee. They are competing with Starbucks, because I'm telling you, that cup of coffee out of that machine tasted like a Starbucks, but I only paid $2, almost not even $3 for the cup of coffee. Yes, if I was over at at Starbucks, I would have paid $6 for that same cup of coffee. I swear to God, I was literally floored. Seriously, floored. Just Samantha is in the house. The real me too. So everybody, Linda Lou, I see you. Sweet and Spice. Zoe, it's nice to see you. So good morning, everybody. Everybody else that I have not been able to say hi to, good morning. So we just heard that them coordinating in their chat to take my channel, which is a clear violation of terms of service, as opposed to saying somebody's lawful legal name and producing proper public records on crimes of somebody that's saying that that's not them. And we have proved conclusively that that record is not only hers, but now she has finally admitted it being hers. And then because I exposed her, she wanted to take my channel, literally take my channel. So for those that are just now tuning in, here is clip 1. We're going to go to clip 2, and we're going to review all the screenshots that these people, while they're trying to tell their audience that I am violating terms of service, we have evidence that will be produced to YouTube about their violation of terms of service, because these are gross violations of terms of service, because it makes YouTube work 10 times harder, and they don't like expending money on petty BS. So here is clip 1. We'll go to clip 2, and you guys can see exactly how hard they came after me and how she says she's getting these videos taken down. Well, they're all still up.
Just there, got him.
Oh gosh.
Oh, don't fucking touch the Girl Scout, bitch.
Well, her little backup channel did. She made a backup channel just to do this, just so she can.
No, I
because she
didn't.
knew we were going to.
You're on my main channel, baby.
Oh, like she just
The hive was on that fucking channel. I was like, I didn't even know about it, and a bitch linked me up. I was like, whoa.
The minute she goes live on it, since she's been struck on that one, guess what?
Yes. Oh yeah. That's why I said YouTube's TOS it's not.
Really? It looks like you're more in violation than Bullhorn Betty, baby.
It needs to be reported for misinformation, harassment, and bullying. She's already got one taken down with TOS, and the other ones. I'm getting the other ones
I
taken down
peeled it.
too, because I'm telling you right now, I'm not playing with none of y'all no more.
Hey, BHP people for Patreons and members over there at her channel, if you really want to help that girl, pay the $39. Get her that fucking
They have to go to insults. They cannot
Hey,
justify their
$39.
We
actions.
ain't over here doxing
They
people
got to go
like
to
you, Betty,
insults.
and
We don't go to
freaking Molly
insults.
and
We go to
whatnot.
straight
Like,
facts.
I mean,
we go do it. I'll throw in half of it. Just get her the PI license so she can get her a little bit of groundwork, because clearly she does not understand dot connect.
Can we say triggered? And not only that, but because I have a paralegal license, or excuse me, not a license, but I have a paralegal background, I can literally overstep a lot of the requirements for the PI license to get it. Many of you guys know that have been with me for a while that I don't want a PI license, because that would limit what I am allowed to do because of that license. As a private citizen and media, I have more flexibility to investigate cases as opposed to following some code of ethics that I could lose a PI license over for conducting my business lawfully as a private citizen, but it would be considered a violation for a PI license. That's why I don't get the PI license. When I need information, I have a PI that I pay. I give him a little bit of money. He spits out what I need. That's why. If you don't pay for it and you're trying to research it yourself, I go to the professionals that can get me the information. I literally go to the professionals that can give me the information. I do all my stuff lawfully and legally. That's what they keep trying. They keep trying to say I'm somehow, and then yesterday they were saying that I don't do any, now mind you, don't do any real research, right? That's what they say. They said I didn't do any real research. Well, let me tell you.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Right? So they said I don't research, but here they've been coming after me on terms of service. And clearly they don't know how to do research with information literally right in front of their face. And they're trying to say somehow by saying somebody's first and last name, lawful legal name on here, is somehow a violation of terms of service. That is ludicrous. That is absolutely ludicrous. Now, the violations of terms of service are: you cannot mass report. You cannot conspire to mass report. Those are true. And you cannot constantly condemn or go after another creator constantly and consistently like some of these YouTubes are. And it's right there in the terms of service. It specifically says it. No consistent attacks. That is what is listed in that terms of service. But one thing that's not listed in a violation of terms of service: using somebody's legal name. That is not a violation of terms of service. But let's look at what can be construed as a violation of terms of service. Let's look at this. So here's one: report them and commented appropriately. Hypocrite escort. Strike BHB now. Don K. Nope, both are still up. I tweeted Team YouTube again. 2 videos on the main channel are still up. I can't find her backup channel. I tweeted and reported everything I can find. I'm not optimistic about anything. I'm convinced Molly will be back up with no restrictions tomorrow morning. 7 days, all forgiven. It's useless. Dolly should be reported as well. This isn't cancel culture. Taking Charlie and the chocolate factory is cancel culture. Does anyone have tweet to YouTube yet? Does anybody have a tweet to YouTube yet? Conspiring. JLR doxing Queen Bee was taken down right as I was striking it. I'm not sure if he's dirty deleted. Just taking the trash out here, not cancel culture. Enjoy your disappearing channel, Bullhorn Bish. Let's go, Bumblebees. Sting, that thumbs up. Take the link, BHB minions. Don't be such a panel coward. Right? More of the same. More of the same. So again, they try to attack me very hard on terms of service, right? Terms of service for saying Rebecca Turner. I'm allowed to use somebody's lawful legal name. But let's look at what constitutes. Go over here. Let's go and look and see what constitutes. Now, guys, remember, this is the original complaint from YouTube. This was appealed and it was resolved. Appealed and resolved. Let's go over here. Where is it? Hold on a second. That was there. Where is? Okay, here it is. Here it is. So this was the original takedown request. Let's go over here. Hold on, let me pull it up for you guys, and then we'll go over there. And I'm going to show you guys what is on the terms of service here. So this was the original email that they said that they removed my video. You can't lie about this anymore, part 1. And I could put it up now if I really wanted to, because I've already went through this process, and they were found as no violations. They removed my community strike within 24 hours, and I had no repercussions from that, and was told if I wanted to, re-upload it, I could. But here is how your content violates the policy. And again, this is the original one. So it's content that shares or threatens to share or encourages other to share non-public, personally identifiable information isn't allowed on YouTube. So again, this is very important because we always hear people saying, do this, do that. They are actually encouraging their audience to dox people. And this is coming from their channel because we just saw their stuff in their chat, and they do that all the time. She doesn't necessarily say it, but she allows them to comment on it and dox people in her chat. So this is saying that you cannot share, threaten to share, or encourage others to share, which she does. So that is a violation of YouTube. But this includes an individual's home address, email address, sign-in credentials, phone number, passport numbers, medical records, and bank account information. The one thing that you do not see on this, on that piece of paper is what? Somebody's legal name. That is exactly what they're trying to say, is because I used her name, I doxed her. I did not. Now, what would constitute doxing her is providing her home address. I would provide her business address, right? But she doesn't work. We're finding out now that she is a recipient of government funds. And I'm diving into that as we speak because I want to know if it's for disability, which has strict income requirements on it. So, and we heard, wasn't it Angela Gums? Wasn't it her that said that she reached out to disability to report me and my mother? Well, first of all, we don't get government assistance. We're not on welfare. My mom is retired and I work, and you see it. So they actually did this exact thing to me and my mother. Yes, Gums, that's on Queen Bee. And she was bragging about it. She was bragging about it. So again, when you get a taste of your own medicine, don't be crying and whining to Bullhorn Betty that you're finally getting your just desserts. Because this is serious. If you're going to be asking for federal funds from the government to say that you are disabled and cannot work, and you are on YouTube collecting super chats and super stickers and not reporting that to the office that provides you that disability, then you've got a big problem. That's fraud. That's a criminal act. Now, this is allegedly. This doesn't mean it's going on. It doesn't mean it's happening. But now that I am aware that this may be a possibility, I am now looking into that avenue. We do not support criminals. We do not support criminal conduct. And if we see something, we do say something. I act lawfully. I conduct my business with YouTube's terms of service. And if nothing shows you anything more than how hard they came after me for reporting to you guys the truth, that should say everything. And you know what? The truth will always prevail when you do it the right way. They can mass strike, mass report. But when I talk to YouTube, they promised me no matter what, if I'm not violating any terms of service, then I will never be taken down. And so this goes to show you right here that no matter what, you have to follow YouTube's terms of service when you're calling somebody out and not do underhanded crap. Now, you saw all those responses and comments in her chat, coordinating and conspiring to take this channel and my second channel completely off YouTube. When have we ever in this chat ever allowed that kind of conduct to go on. Never. Never have we ever allowed that conduct to go on, and nor will I ever allow that conduct to go on inside my chat. But she has. So she is the one that's in violation of terms of service, not the Bullhorn Betty channel. And you know where my proof is, where my receipts are? Go to my videos and look. Every last video is still up. Go look for yourself. I dropped 3. There are 3 up. So, sorry, again, you are failures. You clearly don't know how to do proper research, even with YouTube's terms of service. You are crackpots that don't know what's going on. You want to come after Bullhorn Betty? Buckle up, Buttercup. Buckle up, Buttercup. You think I have to sit here and take this over and over? It's been 2 years. You assholes can move on, or we can still keep going around. But when I get involved in something, nobody's happy by the time it's done. And if you don't think that I am willing to risk my channel to defend my name, I will build another channel quicker than shit. The support that I've got over on here on this channel is amazing. And if you don't think that they will move with me to a new channel should this channel come down, is ludicrous. Is absolutely ludicrous. So for all the people that like to violate terms of service while pointing the finger at somebody that's not violating the terms of service, shame on you. You're showing your bias. You're showing how ignorant you are, and you're showing what failures you are. Get an education, get a life, get out of the miserable place that you're at. And if you can't, you're going to be even more miserable, because this spigot is not shutting off. Every one of those panel members have problems. Every last one of them. And they sit up on their high horse acting like they're perfect. And I listened to some of them yesterday, and they are so utterly jealous. It's like, I just can't believe they're all over there on Bullhorn Betty. And why would anybody listen to her? She doesn't even know how to do research. And all she does is drink and get drunk and stuff like that. It's pretty hard to drink when I'm home, I'm home working. When I'm not home, I'm out there busting my ass. Explain to me every now and again. Yeah. Do I toss one back? Absolutely. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? But I do it in the confines of my own home, and I have every right to as a law-abiding citizen that does lawful work, that's not violating the law. And you know what? You're talking about people that have freaking weed bubbles on their thumbnails talking to me about being a drunk. I can guarantee out of 2 years, I think people have seen me online. I've had 2 drink on Cam's live. I was drinking a glass of wine, and they try to say I was drunk. I had literally 2 glasses of wine. You have got to be joking with me. 2 glasses of wine. We've had a party here like a year ago, the BHB late night, where we got together, and we all, the whole group, we were having a chat party, and it was something that was just disconnected from true crime. It was just something that we got together to do something fun, a little different. And we had some beer together or something. Maybe I had a glass of wine on that one as well. I don't remember. I remember I had a Coca-Cola. I think I had a beer and a glass of wine there. So it was like 2 drinks and Coca-Cola, after my drinks were done. So it's just really funny, because those are the only 2 times that I'm literally on here every single day, literally every single day for 2 hours a day. I don't go on big 5-hour tyrants unless we got a lot of information to go over, or we're chatting and everything. So I am wearing the beloved Team Foul Play. Team Foul Play today, because they are playing foul. And they are full of what?
Warning, bullshit alert.
Jennifer, I just want to tell you, I do love you. I'm going to run this battery out in like 1 week. on Wannabe Thugs, Wannabe Drug Thugs channel?
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
Oh my goodness. But it's so funny because we have them just so triggered. I haven't been talked about in so long until this. And now all these little channels. Oh, I can't believe you doxed her. I can't believe you did this. And I can't believe you did. Did you tell them that when they were doing this to me? Or is this just a one-way street? You know, I'm just curious. So they can cover true crime and it's okay. They can dox people. It's okay. They can mass strike people. It's okay. They can misrepresent the truth. It's okay. They can lie to their audience. It's okay. But somehow when they get a taste of their own medicine, all of a sudden, they just want to take channels out. They want to cancel that person because they have been exposed. That is the hypocrisy here on YouTube. And we're exposing it a little at a time. I told you this is going to be the year of funky. This is going to be the year of funky. And we're through the first quarter. You guys know I've been kind of hit and miss. I've taken some time off already this year. There's reasons for that. So, you know, if this is going to continue to be the disgusting behavior of some content creators, you will be exposed. You're going to be exposed. And YouTube is going to get word of this. And who's going to be in trouble? Somebody that said somebody's first and last name, or somebody that's truly grossly violating YouTube's terms of service. So, you know what? No, actually, I don't manufacture drama, Majestic. You know who does? The 80 videos on Queen Bee's channel causing this drama to come to her front door. That's what caused this. When you go through my lives, you go through my videos, how many times do you see me have other creators on my thumbnails or me talk about other creators? When? I'll wait. Because if you're talking about me defending myself one time here and one time there, while they're making 80 and 100 videos about me, you are a hypocrite. They can make money, right? It's okay for them to make money, but not me. This is my job. YouTube has a whole class on how to make YouTube a business. So I'm following exactly what YouTube was designed to do, but why is it okay for them to do it, but not for me? It's okay for everybody else on here. So you, my friend, are a hypocrite and a disgusting one, because you support somebody that has manufactured drugs that got into the hands of children. Call me a liar. That's what you support. Don't tell me you support children when you support a woman that manufactures and distributes drugs that get into the hands of kids. Don't you dare. Run along now, little girl. Run along. Run along. Like I said, we're going to cover cases with a side of drama. Let's get the drama out of the way. I don't have disability, but yes, Angela on a live said that she heard that I was on disability, or my mom was on disability, and she literally called the U.S. Social Security office to report. Little does she know, we're not welfare recipients. We're not like them. We're not like them. We don't have welfare. We don't have disability. That's not how it works. You see? But if she's on welfare, and I will find out, if she's on welfare or disability, those have income requirements. And just as of, the day that this started all breaking and those hundreds of dollars that she got, that probably already violated her ability to collect disability. If true, I am investigating it. The person that doesn't know how to investigate, the one that just, I must be the luckiest person on YouTube, because according to them, I don't research any of these cases. We don't dive into any of these cases. We don't have any information. I just wake up out of bed, peruse the internet, and come on here and talk about these cases. But somehow we managed to get 90% of that information correct. So it is, and I'm talking about our theories and speculations. Obviously, the facts are the facts, but our theories and speculations, somehow we just manage to have the best luck in the world over here on YouTube, on the Bullhorn Betty channel, because apparently I do no research, but I'm just lucky that I keep hitting these balls out of the park with my commentary as well as the breakdown of these cases. But hey, if I'm that lucky, maybe I need to buy a lottery ticket. You know, maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need a lottery ticket. All they do is sit and talk about other creators. That's what I'm giving them a taste of their own medicine. And I'm sorry to put my audience through this. I know we are drama free over here, but I know that my audience understands. I know my audience understands exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I guarantee I have their support in it, because even though I'm not watching this garbage on YouTube, they are. And they are highly offended of what's being said, because these people are talking about stuff that they don't even watch. So they're giving commentary about me or about a story without even watching the content, and saying that I'm lying without even looking at it to find out if I'm lying. That is misinformation. That is a flat out lie. You say you're all about fact, but I listened yesterday and you guys talked about nothing of fact, only about your feelings, your opinions, and your emotions. No factual information whatsoever. None. And somehow Dolly, they said Dolly doesn't work. He just comes on willy-nilly, and then he smokes a bunch of weed and goes back to bed. Well, it's funny how that man has built an empire by sleeping. I guess the soap just makes itself. I guess those shirts and hoodies, hats and glasses just make themselves, because Dolly doesn't work. So again, exposing how hypocritical and how much lies come out of these other creators. They're not factual nor truthful. They're petty, and they lie to their audience to incite them to attack other creators. They are using their audience as weapons against creators that they don't like, through falsehoods and misrepresentation. And let me tell you, not one fact they have ever said about Bullhorn Betty is correct, other than I've been arrested. Every other bit of that is bullshit.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
Even the button agrees with me. Even the button agrees with me. So now that I've had my piece, I've had my fun, I've loved toying with everyone. I love triggering everyone. You should see all the stuff going on. I can't believe you talked to them. What about people driving by my house, putting my father's name, my mother's name, my phone number, my address, pictures of my home? Not one of them were over on their channels saying, oh, why are you doxing her? Take your little soft hearts and your candy asses and go back to the other side of the street, because I guarantee you don't really want to play with Bullhorn Betty, because I don't play with emotions. I play only with facts and real information where I can show you my receipts. You guys want to be over there saying, well, you think you're slick. You think you're sharing some news about me that nobody shared before. You're right, but it ain't been shared on my channel. It ain't been shared on my channel. And I have a pretty damn good name, whether you like it or not, on the streets of YouTube. I have a clear, great batting average that all my audience, my thousands of people, have watched. So my name is now on this. Lie about that. You can't. And you finally admitted it was you. You finally admitted it was you. What was the whole point of the day before yesterday? You saying, oh, she's showing the docket of a dead person. Well, we looked into that claim. And no, I didn't. No, I didn't. There's definitely a big difference between a Rebecca Lynn and a Rebecca Michelle. My friend, you are Rebecca Michelle, and that is the exact docket that I was showing on my live. The exact docket. It wasn't for a Rebecca Lynn in a different city and state. It was a Rebecca Lynn from your home, and it matched not only the phone number, the date of birth, the address. We even got clips of your voice, and we finally started finding out clips and receiving clips of you acknowledging this stuff. So again, go back home, Don't sit here and mess with somebody that you don't want to mess with. If you want to keep going down this, I will keep going down this. Believe me, you don't want me starting to start making terms of service claims on your channel, baby. You just don't. But yeah, as you can see, I've got enough evidence that would most likely get you a community strike. So I'm going to ask you once again, leave my name out of your mouth. If I hear you come on today, if I seriously hear you come on today and start talking about Bullhorn Betty again, that's it. That's it. You're going to get to dance with Bullhorn Betty. And that's my final statement to you. I'm not going to sit here and play these antics on YouTube. I'm not going to sit here and keep dragging this stuff out. This is not what I do. I don't care about these petty drama crap. Find somebody else to pick on. You've had your day, but the problem is when you don't put Bullhorn Betty in your title, you don't make money. It's going to be very hard for you. But if you want to keep that money that you made, I'd suggest you leave my name out of your mouth. I suggest you leave my name out of your mouth. But if you want to dance, baby, if you want to dance, I'm happy to do so. I'll put this ball in your court. I didn't ask for this. I've never said anything negative or nasty about that woman. Maybe I might have said something in passing, but never 80 videos, never just disgusting lies and misrepresentations about somebody's character and who they are. You are a despicable woman that has a lot of skeletons in her closet while you're pointing the finger over here at Bullhorn Betty. And I suggest you change course. And if you don't want to, don't be crying when you get paid, when you get your paycheck, right? Don't be crying when you get your paycheck, baby. Let's hear about that.
Let me tell y'all something. You ain't got to ever worry about getting nobody back for some shit they done did to you. Because quiet as it's kept, everybody working get paid. Let me break that down so you understand what I mean. Everybody working getting paid. See, some of you motherfuckers don't even know that you're working. But payday comes after a while, bitch. You being messy, you're working. You gossiping about people, you're working. You stealing, lying, cheating, or just all around doing some fuck shit, you're working. And payday is on its motherfucking way. Ha ha! Let me tell you something, you working motherfuckers. Some of you bitches got overtime in that bitch too. Ooh, that payout gonna be good. So when you get your check, bitch, don't complain. You worked for it.
You damn sure did. So again, I don't want this. This is not what we do on this channel. We don't attack. And as a matter of fact, we have rules in the chat that you are not allowed to attack another creator. We have made this platform as friendly as possible to people that even if they don't agree, they do it respectfully. We do not go to this level, but don't, what is that saying? I gotta bring it up, but it's like half holy, half hood. That means you can pray with me, but don't play with me. That is ringing in my head right now. That's what's ringing in my head right now. So we try to make a good environment for our audience here where we don't attack other creators. We may say something off the cuff once in a while, but definitely not to the tune of attacking or trying to take somebody else's channel out or anything like that. And many of you know, there's been a lot of people that have been unblocked on here. You guys know, you're disrespectful, you get blocked. And we've cleaned up our chat quite a bit. She didn't ID someone. It was a mistake at work. I don't know what you're talking about, Mystic, but there is. And yeah, and Karen Davis is right. If there's any disrespectful comments in here, they're removed. So we don't play those games. But don't ever think for 1 minute that I don't have the backbone to deal with this or take this on. I choose not to. I choose not to for the betterment of the cases I cover. I choose not to for the betterment of my audience. I choose not to do it for the betterment of myself. We don't resort to those types of tactics because we have no facts to defend ourselves with, right? And that's what it's all about. When they can't defend themselves, they go to attacking people. When they don't have the facts to support themselves, they go to attacking people. When they lie to their audience and are caught, they go to attacking people. That is what I am getting sick and tired of. Don't be a hypocrite. I will call you out for being a hypocrite. If one channel can cover true crime cases and you guys are okay with that, then another channel can cover true crime cases. You don't get to pick and choose what I do with my life. You don't. I live my life. I'm happy. If I want to get out with bedhead and no makeup on, like I did this morning, guess what? That is my prerogative. Until some of you bitches start paying my bills, my taxes, putting lights and a roof over my head, I don't want to hear what I'm doing with my money. Because when you're asking me what I'm doing with my money, I'm going to ask you what you're doing with your money. Because my audience, I'm very transparent with. They see the products I'm purchasing. They see I'm building this channel. They see me spending money on hotel rooms, getting out there, gas. They see me contributing to my community and going and getting necessary supplies and driving them down to Fort Myers to hurricane victims. When have you ever done anything like that? When have you ever helped your community out? You have never. You have been a menace to your community. While I'm over here helping my community, you have been a menace to yours. Your law enforcement knows you. My law enforcement knows me because of the work that I've done for this county that has helped countless people. Your law enforcement knows you because you're a freaking criminal that they have arrested more times than not. My sheriff has met with me and told me how proud he is of the changes I have made in my life. What has your sheriff done for you? Not a thing, but put handcuffs on you. So don't ever think you are above me, little girl. You are beneath me. And until you change your life and until you change your behavior, you will always be beneath me. It is time for you to get God and get right. But don't ever think a Christian person has to lay down and be a rug to walk all over, because I am not that kind of Christian lady. I am not that kind of Christian lady. I know I'm the kind of Christian lady that knows I need God. And I know I am guilty of sin every single day. Every time I say a cuss word, I have to pray for that. I have to apologize for that. I have to bless my house daily. The things that come into my house get blessed daily. I am a blessed woman. Nobody will ever be able to destroy this woman right here. Because you know what I did? I destroyed myself and I built myself up to this beautiful human being that I am today. That's what I did. Nobody could ever destroy me like I destroyed myself. Nobody. So that makes me a very dangerous person here because I've got nothing to lose. You can't destroy me. You can't take my home. You can't take my car. You can't bankrupt me. You can't do nothing to me. You guys are failures, but your demons and your skeletons in your closet that you want to lie to your audience will destroy you. So next time you want to call me lazy, maybe you should look at around your panel, because I see a whole lot of people sitting on their ass and doing a whole lot of nothing. What are your accomplishments? 0. What are my accomplishments? I've got 100 accomplishments that I did last year. 100. Hundreds. You guys are 0. You guys set out to take Bullhorn Betty channel out. You didn't accomplish it. You told me if I started running with this story that you were going to take my channel. You didn't accomplish it. You said you're going to take my second channel that I'm building up. You didn't accomplish it. You haven't even accomplished giving me a community strike. You're a waste of space. You're a waste of space. Uneducated, criminal, waste of space. So now what?
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right, so getting on to other topics of conversation this morning, I want to thank you guys for allowing me. I know that my audience is not drama audience. If they want drama, they go to different channels. They definitely do not come to the Bullhorn Betty channel for drama. I can promise you that. But they got a little dose, right? You gotta change it up a little bit, right? You gotta change it up a little bit. But this is just a point that I needed to make. I wanted to make for everybody on YouTube. The hypocrisy, we exposed that. We also exposed the true terms of service and who really is violating the terms of service. We've exposed quite a bit. Don't put me in timeout. Serious question. Is this true? A true law was passed in your name? No. No, it wasn't passed in my name. As a matter of fact, it was from my representative, and as well as working with the county commissioners. As a matter of fact, it's what helps keep people outside, from coming to my house. So who was the dumbass? Right? You guys got to realize I'm a very smart cookie. But when you rock the boat a little bit and people are saying they're going to come over to your house and protest, it's funny how quickly we get laws passed so they can't. But hey, I'm a nobody here in the state of Florida. I didn't mind having my picture on that. As a matter of fact, I think I provided that picture for that article. Not sure. Can't remember. I can't remember. But yeah, I love my face being on that. It's my middle finger to everybody on YouTube that wants to come over here and protest in front of my house. Keep trying, though. Keep trying. But it is unconstitutional. It is unconstitutional. Take out the trash. Absolutely. Absolutely. When you're a disgusting channel and they honestly think YouTube can't come over here and see. They can come over on my channel and see that our stuff's about cases. We stick to the cases. And then they go over to the people that are reporting me. And it's like, they're foaming at the mouth over Bullhorn Betty. They have all these, thumbnails and everything. Like YouTube is, they think YouTube's stupid. They think, honestly, if they just reported enough, it's going to come down. They don't realize that even if the channel was taken down, we just appeal it and we get brought back up. That's it. It's a whole lot of wasted time. That's why I don't lower myself to those types of antics. It's crazy. Now, if I did, I would take her channel, because these terms of service violations that I just showed you on here would give her community strike and probably put her in timeout for a week. But again, this is not the stuff that we do on this channel. Again, exposing that type of actions from them. The reason I did this is a lot of things, but it was more for educational purposes for my audience and the audience abroad. That, what they're saying is they're just lying to you, and they're making you look stupid and making you do a whole bunch of work that isn't going to work. And Betty Wannabe Drug Thug, obviously is a sympathizer of Queen Bee, and that's okay. And that's okay. They can be a sympathizer of Queen Bee, but just know you're supporting a failure. You're most likely a failure yourself. You're in here first thing in the morning causing problems in my chat. So, and it's not, see, if it was Queen Bee over here causing problems in my chat, that would be one thing, because I go over to her chat and cause problems when I put my name on it, right? But she sends her minions over here to do her dirty work. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And it just shows how much of a loser all of you guys are over there. Sorry. But you guys keep trying. Keep trying. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll get lucky and take me down for a day. Maybe. We'll see. So you went to Gabby's for that purpose? Oh, we got some criers in here. Oh, we got cry babies. I went to Gabby's because her family member called us. That's what people don't realize. A family member of Gabby called us and asked us to get down there because they weren't getting any information from law enforcement. Again, her family's from Florida on the East Coast. We're on the West Coast. We were political activists. They were really into politics on the East Coast. And they reached out to the most well-known political activists on this and asked us if we would be willing to go down there. Except the problem is when we got there, Brian Laundrie snuck out and nobody knew where he was. And from that point forward, we decided to do a pressure campaign. And so that was the purpose. So again, facts are important in this world. Facts are really important, not conjecture, not your opinion, not your, oh, if you think it, it must be true. Yeah. And you know what? Everything that we acquired, guess what? The Petitos are suing the Laundrie family from it. So for all the assholes out there that say we don't do good work, well, we definitely helped one family. And that's proven. We definitely helped one family. If nothing more, we helped one. Oh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I don't let anybody be nasty here, not even to BK. Not even to BK. And that's why whenever I put my name on it, people realize what it is, because I don't trash creators. Now, if I was up here trashing creators every single day, it would go in one ear and out the other. But when I don't trash people, and then when I come up here with facts, it's facts. It's not to trash them. It's to put them in their place. You need to figure out who you're messing with before you mess with them. This is not what I like to do. It's not what I like to do. It's not what I want to do. But if you want to keep going down this road, I can tell you by the time I'm done, nobody's going to be happy. Nobody. Nobody. I don't really care about Queen Bee. Don't care about her. I don't care about the work she does. I don't, they can do whatever they want, but stick to the facts of the case. You don't have to result in being nasty to other creators because you don't like them. It shows your integrity, and it shows your class, and it shows you're uneducated, because only educated people typically act like that. It's a fact. Go look it up. There's some roaches in here that are coming off as nice. I'm the only one noticing. No, Jennifer L. No, you're not, definitely not noticing. And I know who they are because I unblocked them. I unblocked them to bring them on over here. I know exactly who I unblocked. I know exactly who these people are. I know exactly what they've said about me. And I still chose to unblock them because here's what. I was here to prove a point. And my point has been proven spectacularly. And they did exactly what I wanted them to do. Here's the deal. They don't even realize when they're being played and called out. Like, I played every little one of them. They were the puppet to me being the puppet master. And you watch them lose their ever-loving mind. When I go after somebody, it's not just about facts. I go on a psychological type of scenario. I put stuff out to make them act a certain way, to make sure I'm on the right track. And when I started coming out with this and how hot Queen Bee got, I knew right then I had the right docket. And she goes on her panel and says, "You just showed the docket of a dead woman." No, I didn't, babe. No, I didn't. And that was pretty extensive. That was pretty extensive. Not the one like me, where I have traffic citations in civil cases. Yeah, I don't think they understand what civil cases means. It means I sued someone or I was sued. They're talking about my credit card thing. They're going to add that as another arrest, right? I'm being sued because of my ex-husband's Home Depot card, right? And it's funny because now they're going to add that as another arrest and tell people I was arrested 43 times because that is now on my docket and it's a civil case. They're idiots. They're idiots. It's hilarious. They're literally idiots. I like everyone. I'm objective. I'm just checking the facts. Great. Go over to Knox County, Illinois. Type her name in. Do your due diligence. Don't take it from Betty. Don't take it. You don't trust me? Don't like me? Okay. Go do your own research. I showed you where to find it. You can go into every one of those cases, and you could even request the information from those cases. You can go to the police department there in Knox County and request their mugshot and their charge sheet. There's a lot of stuff that you can acquire, and I get it. But you don't want to trust me. I give you the information. Do your own research. I guarantee you're gonna be appalled when you dig in. That's all I'm going to say. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. You're going to be appalled. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Name one missing kid that was found by Betty. I was part of the search. Now, guys, you're saying I've got to actually find somebody now. That's the requirement of volunteering. Do you put that requirement on all the other thousands of volunteers that are out there? We brought JJ Rollins home. We coordinated a search party with literally 1,000 people and went out and looked for JJ, and JJ was brought home. Did I specifically find him? No, but I was a part of that group. I was a part of that search. Did you expect the whole 1,000 people that showed up to find him? The whole purpose of having 1,000 people is to spread out and cover a massive amount of area so he can be found, and he was found. Nice try, David. Nice try. But go look up David Rollin. Definitely was there for that. Definitely searched for him, and that little boy was brought home safely that day. But good try. Good try. But you actually have to go out and look, and you actually have to be part of the community to have those types of stories. I bet you've never done that. You're putting a requirement on me. You're here in the true crime community. Why haven't you gone out and searched for a child? Why haven't you gone out and found a missing child? Why haven't you got off your ass to do anything for your community? Just a question. Just a question, right? See, this can all be turned around. When you ask something of me, I'm going to ask it right back. Because if you can't say yes to it, don't expect me to say yes to it. If you can't do it, don't expect me to do it. If you won't get off your ass, don't expect me to do it. And don't criticize me when I do. When I run circles around all these haters on YouTube and continue to get stuff accomplished and pushed through and done while you're still typing on your keyboard, why haven't you gone out to help look for a missing child, David? Oh, you're just one of those pieces of shit that likes to criticize somebody else that does. Got it. Great job, buddy. Great job. If you don't want to be insulted, don't say insulting things. What goes around comes around. That's how we roll over here. The hive over there have been coming hard for you. And yet, when you turn and bite, karma, baby. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you guys all now get to see the hypocrisy, right? They cover true crime. It's okay. You know, they don't have people attacking them saying that they're grifters and making money off the backs of these dead kids, but they're allowed to run true crime cases, right? Why is it okay for them to do it, but not me? Why is it okay for them to collect super chats and not have to say how they're spending their money, but it's not okay for me? The hypocrisy stops. Don't come after me when you have a monetized channel saying I'm grifting. You're a dumbass. An absolute
Warning, bullshit alert.
That poor button's gonna have no batteries. That poor button's gonna have no batteries. Okay, guys, we're gonna e-beg for batteries. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I need batteries. I need to have my bullshit button. Give me batteries.
That was bullshit.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm having fun with this. I really am. And it is so funny. They are all so triggered. We even got Gluten triggered. Gluten is up there bitching, moaning, and groaning and crying. Another major violator of terms of service, Miss Gluten. Miss Gluten, 200 videos in, Miss Gluten lost her ever-loving mind because they can pick on everybody else. That Gluten is such a racist. It's unbelievable. Did you know they disbanded the DEI, the Biden DEI, because the main person of that, and that's the equality, inclusion, diversity federal chamber that they made. They just dismantled it because their chief of that was charged and was sued for being a racist against white people. They disbanded the whole entire unit. Literally disbanded the whole entire unit 2 days ago because of it. And Gluten is no different. She's a racist against white people. And it's really sad. Meanwhile, pointing the finger, calling me a racist. She doesn't like white people. And I bet you there's a lot of white people that watch her. And she's just taking your money and she don't even like you. Unless you're beating up on Bullhorn Betty. Then she'll make an exception for your white ass. So you're saying that they're only started speaking ill of Betty when pics were shown? What's Claudia saying? Let's look at Claudia. Is Claudia's comment in here? I don't see Claudia's comment. But I'd like to see it. Jennifer L. They got offended when Betty showed the family photo. Oh, really? Because that was yesterday and it was for literally a second because it just came in and I showed it. I didn't even see the kids. And I knew they were going to do that. So I already had run in there and blurred their faces out on that photo. But it's funny because I knew I didn't even see, to be honest with you, I didn't see the kids. I was just excited that we got a photo that confirmed that it was her yet again. And then she goes on there and says that I showed her. So she admitted that everything that we've been talking about, that she tried to say that I'm showing the docket of a dead person, she finally admitted it was her. She finally admitted it was her. And I've got the clips of that too. If you guys want to go over there yesterday, because when I showed that thing, she's like, I can't believe she showed the family photo, my family photo. I thought you said it was a picture of a dead woman. How is it your family? You're telling me that this woman's dead. What? Yes. What an idiot. This lady is lost her ever love. She's an idiot. Having bloods done, then we'll out of here. Oh, so you're getting blood drawn, and then I'm out of here. Give you my. Oh, well, sepsis with blood draw is very important. So, take care of yourself. We love you. We love you. We know what you go through. We're happy that you're here, and I love you. What can I say? What can I say? Sweetie Pie said they made a living using Betty, Dolly, and Molly's name in their video for months. Oh, no, not months. Not months. I've been on here for a year and a half. For over a year. I've been on here for a year and a half. Since day one, they have been running stuff about me. You can go on to all these hate channels. Go look at their thumbnails. It's disgusting. And they're going to try to say that that's their First Amendment right. No. At that point, that's harassment. That is harassment. That is trying to cause personal, professional, and physical harm to somebody. That's what that is. And it's no longer going to be acceptable. But I digress. We're patient people here. We're patient people. They all scattered and we were like, just say that. Oh no. Let's see what else we got in here. Thank you guys for the highs and waves. Were the kids blurred? So what had happened is we were on here talking about some stuff and people were sending me leads literally while I was on my live, and a photo came up and I put it up to the camera. I didn't realize the kids were there. So I put it up to the camera and then I took it back and put the other a blow up of just her face on it. But a day late, $1 short, right? I should have looked at that photo. My fault. No big deal. Went back in there and blurred that out. So that's literally out of everything that they've tried to do and everything. That's the only thing. But at the end of the day, the kids aren't what I'm trying to expose. I'm trying to expose that despicable woman, their mother, right? One of those kids were her son. So I'm trying to expose their mother. I never intended to do that. You guys know that. But it doesn't matter. They're going to blow it up and blow it out of proportion because that's all they have. They need to try to justify some of these actions. And we as adults realize that their justification is not really good. So because I showed a photo, it caused you to manufacture drugs, caused you to lie to your audience. It caused you to tell your audience that I was showing a dead person's docket, and we look into it and we find out that the dead person is a Rebecca Lynn, not a Rebecca Michelle. No, I got the right person. And she's despicable. So go ahead and keep bashing Bullhorn Betty, babe. It's not working for you. It's not working for you. And you can have all your minions come over here because it doesn't really matter. You guys have been doing this for a year. I'm still here. Like literally no community stripes. Think about it. As much as they've come after me, if I was really violating YouTube's terms of service, don't you think I would at least have a community strike? Don't you think I would at least have some kind of ding on my account? Something? Literally something. After a year and a half, don't you think if I was violating, if what they were saying is true, don't you think at this point my channel would have been taken? How many times has BK's channel been taken? How many times? How many times? So let's look at who truly is violating terms of service and who is not. Queen Bee, do you want me to send this stuff over to YouTube and see what they do? Would you like me to do that? Would you like my audience to start doing that to you? I mean, I'm serious. Because if you think I'm going to sit here and listen to you yet continuously violate terms of service while pointing the finger at me, which is not violating terms of service, if you really want to go down this route, are you willing to risk your channel? Is that what you're willing to do? Are you willing to risk your channel? But again, we'll wait with bated breath. We will see if she's done playing with Bullhorn Betty. And if she's not done playing with Bullhorn Betty, this is her last opportunity to change course. Her last opportunity. I am not going to sit here and play these games with her. I already know where she lives. You are not above the law. It's not like I got to do a whole bunch of extra work to find out your name, your address, or anything like that, baby. You are prime time for the kind of stuff I do behind the scenes for YouTube and people that come after me. And that's through the court. You all know this. You know I have no problem suing people. So why would you put yourself in financial harm? The coolness will wear off, I promise you. When you're sitting inside of a courtroom, the coolness is out the window. This is not somebody that I've got to pay a private investigator to hunt down. This is not something that I've got to go and get a subpoena for YouTube. This is none of that. I have her name. I have her address. And if you want to keep going down this road, we'll take it legal. I will not put up with it. You can explain to a judge why you're doing this. You can explain to the federal district court why you're stealing my content, why you're showing my emblem. This emblem right over here, that one right there, is copyrighted with a U.S. copyright. So when you take my thing, and even if you try to blur that out, that's even more of a violation, because now you're actually literally trying to cover up that you're stealing my content. So if you think that you know the law and you know how this works, I promise you, you don't. I promise you, you don't. I've been paid thousands of dollars from creators so far. Many people won't even tell you that they've been sued and had to pay me. Hell, Crude AF is still lying about having to pay me. And he's lucky I stopped. I didn't have to stop. I could have done 5 or 6 or 7 more lawsuits right behind that. But go ahead and let them lie to you and tell you guys I'm a joke and I don't do anything and I don't back my shit up. We're going to back it up. And I'm done talking about it. It is now a legal matter. If you want to keep going, I am publicly coming to you. You're watching my channel. Your members are in here. They will get it back to you. I'm telling you to keep my name out of your mouth. Move on. I don't want to see any more titles with my name in it. And if you want to push the envelope, don't cry when you get the result you don't want. And don't come over here and say I'm a bully because you got your just desserts. If you were going to take her down, you would have taken her down instead of this. I guess this is the new content for your channel. You are so dramatic. I guess this is for entertainment purposes. No, this is for spanking purposes. Terry, you're an idiot. I'm going to call you an idiot. You're a sympathizer of a cockroach that has manufactured drugs, that can't seem to keep herself out of jail, arrested in 2021, arrested for a felony in 2019, and you want to support somebody that manufactures drugs, and those drugs end up in the hands of our children. So go back over there and support them, be a piece of shit right along with them, and listen to their garbage. I don't care. I don't care. You're the one living in denial, not me. Everybody else can see clearly. Everybody else can see very clearly. And this is not content for my channel. I like covering true crime cases. I am not in the drama. And I guarantee if you go over to their channel, I am their only content. Me and the people I collaborate are their only content. They can't make money without us. I don't have to run their names on my channel to make money or to get my numbers up, because people come here to watch me. But I do like to spank every now and again. I do like to expose every now and again. But I did it properly, I did it legitly, and I did it with some hell of a lot of factual information, something that they don't have over there. So go run along now, baby girl.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
We have deemed your comments bullshit. All right, so now we're really off. Now we're really off the topic. But we definitely don't need her for numbers. If you haven't realized, she's got like 1 million views and has been online since 2020. I've got 4 million views and have been online since November 2021. So I only had 2 months of 2021. So basically, I have earned 4 million views in 2022 all by myself. So yeah, don't need her for content, but good try. Good try. Good try. Yeah, we're gonna continue. What you have told me that she has done, I subscribe to her. I do not promote her. Take her down if you can. Don't give her a chance to take her down. I haven't seen anybody take nobody down. And that's exactly it. That's why we don't play in those stupid games. You know, that's childish behavior. You know, they're children because they're uneducated and haven't grown up yet. If you want to support them, go support them. I'm a liberty person. You can support whoever you want to support. I could literally care less. But I will say, if you're going to continue to make videos about Bullhorn Betty, pack a lunch, because I'm going to walk you like an ever-loving dog. I'm going to put a leash around your collar and a collar around your neck and a leash on the collar. And I'm going to walk you like a dog. I don't want to do that. That's not what I aspire to do. But believe me, I got the backbone to do it, and I got the thick skin to deal with it. I can promise you that. I can guarantee you're scared. You don't want it. You don't know what to do with this information or how you're going to talk to your audience now that you've been exposed. I get that. That can be scary, but you should never have lied to them in the first place. And you should have never downplayed it and acted like you only have one felony and you've never been in trouble again before or after, and that you are sorry. No, you're a 3-time convicted felon. You can't keep your ass out of jail and was just arrested in 2021. 2 times in 2021. 2 times. 2 times alone. So that doesn't sound like somebody that's changed their life or turned their life over to God or is aspiring to make changes in their life. It sounds like they're the same piece of garbage that keeps getting arrested. She has a criminal history for over 2 decades old. Nothing but crime. Robberies, jackings, dealing, manufacturing. Not a good woman. Not a good woman. And if she really had changed her life, she wouldn't have just got arrested in 2021 2 times. That wouldn't have happened if she changed her life. So I'm sorry. You can say you changed, but your record says otherwise. They got nothing on me. And I kept saying, back last year or in 2021 and the beginning of 2022, when they started disseminating all the stuff, I said, that's all you got. How many times some of you guys have been with me before I was even on YouTube. How many times did I say, you guys better slow up on releasing all that information because you're waterboarding YouTube with Bullhorn Betty, and that's all you guys got. You only have my past. You don't have my present, and you don't have my future. But I got theirs, especially the ones that can't quit going to jail. You want to throw jail, all this stuff? Okay. All right, baby. I got you. You're sassy and classy. Much love. My coffee bean. I love you, Steffers. I just want, it's like when I spanked my children, right? Or not my children, my grandchildren. When I spanked my grandchildren, I always made sure that if they did something wrong that would result a patting on the butt, that I made sure it was when I wasn't angry. Sometimes kids can do things that are like, so it was very important that I made sure that if they did something that I'd give myself time to calm down. And then when I did have to spank them, I would do it calmly and I would explain it. I'm going to have to spank your rear end. This is not what Nana wants to do, but you realize you did something bad that warrants the spanking. And they would say yes. And that's really kind of how I deal with YouTube as well, because I think they're children like my grandchildren. And so every now and again, I've got to bend them over my knee and let them know, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to do this, but you did something wrong and I need to spank you. So that's how I kind of deal with the whole YouTube thing. I try to keep it classy. I don't like getting out in the gutter, but don't ever think that I'm above the gutter. I'll get right down in that gutter and work with you. I surely would. Like I said, the saying keeps popping in my head, half holy, half hood. That means you can pray with me. Don't play with me. And I give you guys a lot of leeway to hang yourselves, but don't be crying like little babies when you finally get that spanking that you rightfully deserve. Why give her another chance to take her down? I'll tell you why, because YouTube is not going to take nobody down. They don't care. They're making money off of all y'all. I do not support her. Well, good. All I'm saying is don't come over here complaining to me about the crap that they did. I gave them a taste of their own medicine, did exactly what they do to other people, and you seen the kind of behavior. They came unglued. They got totally triggered. They wanted to beat up Bullhorn Betty. They conspired to mass strike me. They conspired to mass tweet me, and still failure, because they are failures. They can't do it. And yes, they can't. YouTube will take your channel if you're violating the terms of service, which I don't do. And if I do make a mistake, it's just a mistake. It's not something intentional like they're doing. YouTube doesn't allow identifiable information, which would include middle name. That is untrue, law obsessed. See, this is where you guys, you're saying you're law obsessed, but you don't even do the minimal amount of research to even support that claim. I put up, because when I first got, let me tell you again. So they came after me for all these videos. They were able to remove one fraudulently. So YouTube sent me an email saying, hey, we removed this content because it violated our terms of service for privacy or identifiable information. Legal names are not that. But since you weren't here earlier and you want to run your trap without doing the necessary due diligence, I'm going to show you how stupid you look right now. And you can be offended, and I don't care. I offend many people that come after me. If you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what you're talking about. So here it is, right here. Where is it? I just had it up. This was the, is this? I think it was that one. I'm pretty sure. I think it was that one. This one right here. Yeah, I do think it was this one. So they reached out to me and said, we reviewed your content, and we think it violates our terms of service. And it was for Queen Bee You can't lie. Now, mind you, I've already appealed this. They removed the community strike and have told me I can re-upload that video upon my appeal. And so here is what constitutes right here, because you don't know how to do any kind of research and are uninformed. Content that shares, threatens to share, encourages others to share non-public, personally identifiable information. You know what non-public means? Your first, middle, and last name on a court docket is considered public record. So good try, but let's keep reading. Share non-public, personable, identifiable information is not allowed on YouTube. This includes an individual's home address, email address, sign-in credentials, phone number, passport number, medical records, and banking information. You know what is missing on here? Somebody's first, middle, or last name. You are absolutely allowed to use somebody's first, last, and middle name. So again, why don't you do better on your own research before you keep passing around misinformation about terms of service? I am allowed to say Rebecca Michelle Turner all day long. What I'm not allowed to do is provide her home address, her email address, her telephone number, her place of employment. But I'm allowed to disclose anything on a public record that is accessible to the public or through public records requests. No different than any other case. And you know what? I proved that by posting all those videos, allowing them to scramble like cockroaches to take me down, file mass strikes against my account, and still not one ding. Quit being a failure, law obsessed. Quit hanging out with losers. Maybe you won't be one. Good day. Have I offended you yet? I hope so. Go strike my channel. Go strike my channel. Because I smell
bullshit level DEFCON 5.
Yeah. I want to say so many unknown names. I've never seen here, been here a year with BHB. Of course, because we've got a lot of trolls that like to come in. That's why I unblocked a lot of these people. I'm a very strategic person. As many of you guys know, I do things for purposes. So now we get to see the reality and the truth before you. And I'm doing it all above board and in accordance with YouTube's terms of service. I'm coming out smelling like a rose now, aren't I? Keep trying. Keep trying. Again, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. All right, so now we're really moving on because I'm tired of talking about this despicable woman. She's a criminal. She manufactured drugs. She can't keep her ass out of jail. She was just put in jail 2 times in 2021. She committed a felony and was arrested in 2019. Doesn't sound like somebody that has changed their life or trying to do better in their life. So good luck with that. Again, if you have changed your life, maybe now is the time for you to acknowledge you do not want to go down this road with Bullhorn Betty. And let's move past this. You do your thing. You stay on your side of the road, and I'll do my thing and stay on my side of the road. I don't go out and needlessly attack creators. I don't allow my audience to attack creators. And I damn sure would never allow a coordination of mass striking to be concocted in my chat. So, you know, who's really doing dirty? It's definitely not the Bullhorn Betty channel. Thank you for playing. Thank you for helping expose yourself. And you did a beautiful job and it worked exactly as I expected and intended for this to work. So again, we'll continue to update you guys once I confirm that if she's on welfare and hiding money from the federal government and yet again committing fraud. I will make sure that you guys are aware of that. Right now, this is just in a investigative stance. This is allegedly at this moment. This has not been confirmed. We are working. It is a developing story related to it, and I will keep you apprised of what does come out of that. But we definitely have enough people that steal money from the federal government. We're definitely not going to have somebody that's able to take care of themselves with the thousands of dollars that they make on YouTube every month to be also conning the federal government and stating that they can't work and can't make money to support themselves. So that is fraud. That is fraud. Many people have gone to jail for fraud. And who do we know that went to jail for fraud? Our beloved JLR, right? So they're doing and doing things no different than JLR. But JLR only got charged with one crime, and he had to do 10 years. Meanwhile, these people have been charged with God knows how many crimes, and they can sit there and talk about JLR. Well, he's got the cleanest record I've seen on YouTube so far, quite frankly. If you want me to be honest with you, he's literally got the cleanest record. Hands down. Who would have known, right? Who would have known? I normally do replays because of my work schedule. Oh, well, it's nice to have you here. Don't like your name, but nice to have you here. It's things like this just make sure I would never have a channel on here. It's horrible what people do to each other. Lori Lowe, you are not lying. You know, Dolly was having a conversation about this saying, you know, we got good people that like YouTube. Why aren't more good people coming on YouTube? Why is it all these nasty criminals and cockroaches that come on YouTube because they can't get a normal job because of the record, first and foremost? Me, I've never been beholden to an employer. You know, when I was doing real estate, I was there. You know, I've never been beholden to an employer. I've always had my own businesses. Did I work for people? Of course I worked for people. Did I work for people for an hourly wage? Yes, I did. But I was never beholden to them. If I wanted to get up and walk out, I could get up and walk out and knew I could support myself. You know, I know how to build businesses. I know how to build one up. Again, my ex-husband's handyman business. Who would have known that man could barely read? And who would have known a man that could barely read through my work was making $10,000 to $20,000 a month? You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a lot out there, but you bring a valid point, Lori Lowe, and the fact that, you know, the problem is good people, good, wholesome people don't want to come on YouTube because who wants to deal with this? Who wants to deal with the stress of this? The only people that can make it on YouTube that are good, wholesome people that really try to do the right thing are the people that have been through pure hell and have the thick skin to deal with it. If I had not, I can honestly tell you, if I did not have the political background that I have, I would have had my tail between my legs and ran off here a long time ago. But because I was so brutalized in the political spectrum and came out smelling like a rose on top of everything, you know, I'm a well-known political activist in the state of Florida and branching out across the United States. I underwent a lot of bad publicity and everything like that. But these people here on YouTube are chumps compared to what I dealt with there. I can tell you the political world gave Bullhorn Betty the thick skin and the mouth that she needed to have here on YouTube. And that's why I constantly tell everybody, had I not walked the path that I've walked, I would not be where I'm at. Everything had to happen in my life the way it did to bring me here, to make me a person of service for my community and abroad. And had I not gone through that, had I not had such a horrible, I shouldn't say, you know, not every part of my childhood was horrible, but the stuff that was bad was really bad. But it affected me in my adulthood, and I did a lot of horrible things to myself and my body, and I got with wrong guys that did horrible things to me and my body. And it was really, I went through a lot of brutality that I put myself in because I didn't realize I could just walk out the door. And I find it awfully funny when I got all the toxic men out of my life that all my problems stopped, but they didn't because I was still depressed. And so I had to fix myself. I had to find out what was causing me to unintentionally harm myself. And it was because I had this horrible childhood trauma that I kept trying to act like didn't exist. And I needed to purge that childhood trauma to understand it was not my fault. And even though there's scars in my mind and in my soul, I still can heal from that. And I still don't have to keep putting myself through this. I can rise above it. I can literally wake up tomorrow and start a new life. with God as the forefront and with service as my repentance and payment to the love that I have. And so now I am 100% a person of service. I do work here in my community free of charge. I don't charge people to go to BOCC meetings. I don't charge people for me to come and speak at their groups. I don't charge people when I have meetings with politicians or meetings with the sheriff to see how we can help, stop some kids from going into the system, find new ways to get these kids before they start getting in trouble lawfully, through the law. Because here in the state of Florida, we don't even, like, our juvenile detention center is not run by Manatee County, our sheriff. It's run by the state. And we want to keep those kids out of there as much as possible. So we do a lot of work. So I get that people only see me on here for 2 hours a day. It's because I'm not just a YouTuber. I really want change for the community and change for our children, and why other people, and that's why they hate me so much, because they can't do it. They don't know how to do it. All they can do is say, I don't know why people watch her. She doesn't even come with facts. She just pulls herself out of bed and goes online and she's a conspiracy theorist. Like, that's their justification for being pieces of shit. And their justifications are lies. They're absolute lies. And it's just, and it's because they think it. If they think it, it has to be true. No factual information to back it up. No receipts, no nothing. It's just the fact that they thought it. Okay, guys, we need to get off this topic. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of making her my content because she's not worthy of my attention. She's not worthy of my attention. But this is the last I'm going to say. Queen Bee, if you're ready to stop talking about me, I'm ready to stop talking about you and your panel, because your panel has a lot of skeletons in their closet as well. And people are going to be hot under the collar when I start investigating them and exposing them and their background. You may not like what's going on, and I don't care. This is me telling you, keep my name out of your mouth. If you want this, I will, trust me. This is the final warning. This is the final warning. So we'll see. We'll see. But I will promise you guys, if my name is the topic of her conversations moving forward, she's going to get Bullhorn Betty, and you guys won't even know it until it's done. You won't even know it until it's done. They say I have a lot of hot air in my threats. Okay. The problem is I know your name. I know where you live. Like, you can be served tomorrow. You literally can be served tomorrow. I don't have to go to a federal district court to try to unmask you and get subpoenas and have to provide all this evidence and stuff. I don't even need to do that with you. All I have to do is go to Illinois and file the complaint. And I don't even have to go to Illinois. I can mail it in the mail. I can mail it in the mail. You want to go real life? Go ahead.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
All right, guys, we are over the conversation at this point. If anybody wants to talk about any other creator in here, harass them or anything like that, it's no longer acceptable. We do not do that. We do not do that to creators. I've said my piece. We'll let them, the ball is in their court. We'll let them decide how they want to proceed. But again, yes, they are big mad. And we're smelling like a rose, and everything they did, once again, they are failures. We will keep exposing the fact that they don't know what they're talking about. They have no factual information. They talk off the cuff. It's lackluster research at best. They suck. And that's why they have to have 5 people on panel at any given day to try to pull in an audience. And at the end of the day, I come on here and I have no problem pulling an audience all by my little self. I don't need to have 18 people up on my panel. Like, there was even a group. Listen to this. Oh, before I close this section out. So there was a group yesterday talking about the fight that me and Queen were in. I'll call her the wannabe drug thug. They were talking about. So I go in there. You know what they do? They can't handle having a conversation with me, so they block me and start mocking me, which I'm fine with. I think it's hilarious. But they want to sit there and talk to me. They were asking me, why'd you put the child on there? Why did you put the child on there? but they blocked me. They wouldn't even let me respond. They wouldn't even let me respond. And not only that, they're up there saying that they're a factual channel and they're going off on this tirade, and every one of them acknowledged not even seeing the video. So they're actually commentating with their emotions on something that they didn't even watch and wagging their finger at me. And I'm like, well, just go watch the video. Just go watch the video. But they wouldn't let me even say that because they blocked me. They're terrified of being exposed as liars that they are. And not only that, literally this panel, I have never seen. So she filled the entire panel up, 10 people on that panel, and they still couldn't pull in more than 184 people. And it was lower than that until I came into the chat. And then people started coming in. So I find it funny. Yet another person trying to get clout off Bullhorn Betty. Yeah, clout chasers. You clout chasers. I know I am the bomb diggity. Not only do I have a brain, not only do I have the beauty, not only do I have the house, the car, I have political capital, I have YouTube capital, and I have your ass in a bag, baby. You can't fake me. Bullhorn Betty is an awesome person, and I rock it out every day. And I'm happy. And you hardly ever see me bitching and complaining. Oh, lots of crybabies on YouTube today. Lots of crybabies.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
All right, now let's get on to business. I'm sorry, I'm having too much fun. All right, let's see what we got going on here. I did have a lot of, watch my language. I did have a lot of stuff pulled up. Let me just refresh this and we'll just go down the chain. Now, what I did find out is that Alex Murdaugh has been actually moved. He's went through his evaluation. He has been sent to the state prison, and they're saying that they're withholding it from the public due to his life being in jeopardy. So that's what they did. They said that they couldn't, something to that effect. Hold on, let me just pull that article up and I'll read it to you. But I read it this morning and was diving in because I want to find out where Alec Murdaugh actually went, where he is now at. And they're saying they're withholding it from the public. So we'll monitor that. And here it is. I'll read you the article here. It says that in Columbia, South Carolina, convicted killer Alec Murdaugh has been moved to the statewide protective custody unit of South Carolina Maximum Security Prison. That word came Friday afternoon from the Department of Corrections after Murdaugh's reception and evaluation process was completed. Murdaugh was sentenced to 2 life sentences for the killing of his wife Maggie and their son Paul at their family's rural hunting property in Colleton County in 2021. The South Carolina Department of Corrections Protective Custody Review Board met recommendations of a statewide protective custody classification for Murdaugh. The 4-member board, including SCDC security, mental health, and classification experts, the agency said. So there was a lot of people that made this decision, a 4-member board that made the decision to classify him as protective custody. So we'll go over what protective custody means if it doesn't have it in this article. Inmates in this unit that have valid protective concerns are placed in a specialized unit to separate them from the general population. The agency said in a statement, their location is not disclosed for safety and security reasons. It noted that it notes that the unit currently houses 28 inmates. The South Carolina Department of Corrections Protective Custody Review Board met Thursday to make recommendations of the statewide protective custody classification for Murdaugh. The 4-member board did do that. And then hold on, they repeated that same sentence twice. The sentence was here and up here. So either way, that explains it. What is the protective custody classification? It just means that the inmates are placed in a specialized unit to separate them from general population. And I can kind of understand that, because that's typically what they do when there's law enforcement that gets arrested, because law enforcement are targeted in prisons. And he was technically kind of a law enforcement. He was the assistant solicitor in Colleton County. And so, because he was that is, almost like a judge being sent to jail. And, if he or one of the other solicitors put somebody in jail for murder, maybe somebody in prison is going to be gunning for them. So quite frankly, I don't think that's an unreasonable situation. I was about to say unreasonable. I can't remember what I was saying, but it's not. We're not upset about that, because quite frankly, in the grand scheme of things, we don't want violence coming. And Alec Murdaugh is, he has the wealth, he has the legacy, he has the family name. He is definitely a target, and he's got to go to prison for the rest of his life. And it's the duty of those prisons to keep the inmates safe. And if they can foresee that this is going to be a problem, they have to take action on that, because if something happens to Alec, the family will sue the state. Believe that, because they are very powerful. And God forbid one hair on Alec Murdaugh's head is injured in any way, I guarantee it's going to be hellfire on that prison. So I do understand why they are going this route, to put him in, to classify him in that protective custody. A lot of stuff goes on in that protective custody as well. Sometimes you're housed in your jail cell for 23 hours a day. So it's a really miserable life. Whereas you can, in general population, you get out of your cell, you can do work requirements, you can do all this other stuff to make money and go to shop and exercise and all these things. But once you're in protective custody, you're pretty much locked down so that nobody can get to you or injure you or hurt you. I don't know if at some point later in the future, they're going to release that or minimize that or put him in general population. But we definitely know right now he still has several cases that are before the courts, that need to go to trial, that he needs to be present for. And if he's hurt, injured, or killed before he makes it, it's going to be a stain on the South Carolina Department of Corrections. So I do think that this is a proper move for them. I do believe that this is above board. And I quite frankly believe he's going to be more miserable as a part of it, which is a good plus, as a check in the right box for me. So Shannon Lee says, most of the 19 traffic tickets were mostly bullshit, and the judge knew it. They would have always complimented my eyes and tell me, have a nice day, sweetheart. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. I actually only contested one of my tickets. And I remember it. I got a ticket. I was driving my ex-boyfriend's Mustang. He left it at the house. He went to work with somebody, and I had his car. I can't remember the details, because I think I was like 19 or 20 years old at the time. And I remember driving his Mustang, but his Mustang was different because it had the real wide tires on back and the little tires on front. It was a badass car. I can't remember. It was some kind of car. Well, it was a stick shift too. I can drive stick. But, I'm not paying attention. I'll be honest with you. I'm not paying attention to the speed limit. And I think I was going like 6 or 7 miles over the speed limit down 26th Street. And this cop pulls me over. And, I'm heading to, I wasn't going to his house. That's right. I was heading to the law firm. And I was working for a law firm at the time. So I'm dressed to the nines. I got my suit dress on. It was a dress that went to my knees. It was burgundy, but it had like this jacket that went over. but it did the nice silhouette. It was just I love that. I love that outfit. And I remember wearing it, and this cop pulled me over, and I remember his name. His name was Daryl Carroll, because that is a name you'll never forget. And he was the nicest officer. And I stepped out. He's like, "Ma'am, you don't have to step out of your car." And it's like, I can't see you unless I step out of the car because my butt is on the ground, right? It's a Mustang. So I step out of the car, and I'm talking to him. And so he hands me my ticket, and he goes, "Listen," he goes, "we're out here on a sting." He said, what did he say? He goes, "We're out here on a sting." He goes, "I have to write you a ticket." He goes, "But if you contest it," he goes, "I'll let the judge know that you have the big tires on the back and the little tires on the front." He goes, "It does do something to the speedometer." And he gave me my ticket, and I contested it. And sure enough, this cop, Daryl Carroll, comes strolling into the court and acknowledges, yeah, there may have been something wrong with her speedometer. So he covered Bullhorn Betty's butt before Bullhorn Betty was Bullhorn Betty, and I got away with that ticket. So thank you, Daryl Carroll, for doing that. It was that was so many years ago. It was over 20 years ago. That was back. That was before I was even in politics. So I guess I was such a bad person. All the cops hate me, but it sure sounds like they hate me, doesn't it? Literally, everyone what does it say? Literally everyone on the face of the earth has a past. Yeah, perfectly said. Yes, and none of us are perfect. If you say that they don't, they are lying. You cannot have a future without first having a past. I know I have a past. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you. We all do. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Those in glass houses should not throw the first stone. When you're sitting on a record like that, you shouldn't be talking about how despicable JLR is, which does incredible work, by the way. And he puts y'all to shame. And there's 5 of you, 6 of you sometimes on your panel. And that one man puts every one of you to shame. And God knows how he does it, but he gets that information and he rolls with it. And he does the best research I've ever seen, a hell of a lot better than Gums. A hell of a lot better than Gums. We got some super stickers here. Sorry, guys, I'm missing you. I'll read them all in just a second. Let me go over there and read them all because I know you guys support this channel. And not only that, it makes the haters go crazy when they see this stuff. Oh, there was one lady. I didn't want her feeling offended. There was one lady, and I couldn't write her back. And on Cash App, it won't let me. Write like a message to them. You can only like do like a heart or a thumbs up or something else. It won't let me send a message. So I tried to send a message and I didn't. So I don't want to dox her, but I will call her by her first name and we'll say Kathleen M. Kathleen M sent me a super chat for $8 for 2 months of membership. I can't apply that on my end for your membership. So I didn't want you feeling offended that I refunded you that money back, but I didn't feel comfortable accepting that money for membership fees when I can't activate your membership on this side. But if you go to that membership link, if you will have an iPhone, one of my mods will send you that membership link and you can go there and sign up for it. And every month it recurs. So if you only want 2 months, have it shut off after the second month. But I didn't feel comfortable because that was for membership and I can't activate your membership back here. That can only be done to YouTube. So I appreciate the love and support. And I wish I could email you and tell you that. But I didn't want you being shocked when you saw that a refund back as me being insulting and not wanting your support or anything like that. I just didn't feel comfortable accepting money that was for something that I could not provide. So I sent that back and asked if you'd like to support the channel through membership. You do it through YouTube. So I just wanted to make sure that if she's watching, I appreciate it. But since it was for channel memberships, I didn't feel comfortable keeping it and wanted to make sure that was applied truly for the channel membership. So God bless you and thank you for the love and support. People don't like me because I tell them what everyone else is thinking and won't say. I know. Me too. Oh my God, I could not even imagine. My sons are 21 and they still live with me. They do have their own little apartment on the property, but they don't ever want to be anywhere else. Oh, well, you made a happy home. You made a happy home. And not only that, but that apartment feature is really great for families that are really close knit. See, I got a lot of people that had just have close knit families. It's not that the kids just want to suck the life out of mommy and daddy and not do anything with their life. They actually work. They're actually great kids, and they're just a very close family unit that that's their life. They don't want to leave that. So they have great kids that live on their property, but they are able, like we just got ADUs allowed here where we can have now build like a 744 square foot additional unit on our homes. We never had that before without having to go through a really long drawn out process. And through the work that Glenn Gibolina, an activist here in Manatee County for affordable housing that I work very closely with, worked very hard. And of course, with me backing him up on this stuff, we were able to push that through so more homes can be like that, so they can be together in the tight-knit type of community. But again, according to the hate channels, I don't work and accomplish nothing. But we did accomplish that so people like your family can stay together without being bunched up in a house. When kids get older, they need to have their own space and live their life. But if I could live in an apartment on my mom's property, that's where I'd be. I'll be honest, that would be where I'd be, right? I'd sell this house and put it in a retirement account. I got to roll BHB, got to roll King for the wire and other stuff with all the snowbirds. Getting ready to leave. Traffic gets ridiculous. Well, thank you, Hooves. God bless you, and take care. How can they do that? That's just wrong. Support BHB, any other new projects. That is how you can support projects if you choose to. And a lot of people, I just want to say, just watching these videos, watching the commercials, thumbing these videos, giving these videos are valuable to me. So if you can't afford to financially support this channel, believe it or not, just by going and watching these videos and liking it, you are financially supporting these channels. So every single one of you guys have been supporting me a very long time. And I just want to think, this is not my channel. This is our channel. And we are very successful with this channel. And I'm very, very, very proud of what we all have been able to accomplish, because I wouldn't have been able to do all the stuff that I've done without you. And you wouldn't have been able to accomplish this kind of stuff without me, because many of you guys work, but still want to help and still want information on these cases. And bless all of you guys for that support. We are very transparent with what we get, while others aren't. You guys know what I purchase. You know where I go. You know where my money is being spent. You see the work. I put the work out here. So there's no misrepresentations or confusion about where my money's going. But there is some confusion about where their money's going, because we don't see them providing flyers for these kids. We don't see them producing posters or signs for these children. We don't see them going out there and volunteering to help search for children, even in their communities. We don't see them getting new equipment to do better streams. We don't see them do that. So where are all the thousands of dollars that they've acquired over the last year and a half? Where has that money gone? Well, looking at their record, it probably has gone to drugs. Just looking at the record, drugs and alcohol and cigarettes. That to me is where their money is going. And probably buying food, because every one of them looks like they could probably have a diet. But they, people don't come after me for making fun of them. They make fun of me all the time, my hair and everything. I was over there just yesterday. And what were they doing? Putting funny faces up at me, making fun of my hair. Well, bitches, quit eating. Maybe you wouldn't be so damn fat. That's how it rolls. Maybe get off your ass and walk. Get some exercise. You want to make fun of me? You guys are some ugly motherfuckers to be making fun of me. if you want me to break it down for you. Sorry with the language. Like I said, Monday, I'll pray. I go to church tomorrow. If you guys want to join me for church tomorrow, please watch the community tab. I will post the link so we can all go to church and pray and repent. I should do better. I should do better. But I'm tired of the hypocrisy. And what do? You have to stoop to their level. You have to stoop to their level. Sometimes you just got to get in the gutter. You just got to do it. And that's where I'm at. I've decided to lower myself to their level and get in the gutter. You don't want me in the gutter, baby, because I can do hood better than you hood rats. I can do hood better than you hood rats. I surely can. Y'all skank tanks. Oh, go over to the skank tank called Queen Bee Hive. Skank tank. Go over there and use that hashtag. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'll go over there and use it. I own my shit. I don't need you guys fighting my battles. I'll do it all by myself. Wannabe drug thug in the skank tank. You can't get comedy like this anywhere else. Well, except possibly on Dolly Vision. Dolly Vision had me, they call it the mole hole. Dolly Vision had me cracking up. I'm telling you, I was dying. So I went into his uncensored chat. First of all, I didn't realize he had it on slow mode, and I tried to write something. I'm like, wait a minute, it's great. Why isn't it posting? I'm like, one of those rogue mods must have blocked me. Oh, hell no. So I go texting, message Dolly. I'm like, you got a rogue mod. Somebody blocked me on your uncensored. I know I was in there the other day. And I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm sorry. It was just your slow mode. And he writes me back, and I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I was like, hell no. And then what else did I say? I said, I was what did I say? I think I said something like to the effect of hold on, I'll read it. Hold on. It was funny because I was clowning with him. It was like 2 seconds of little banter back and forth. Where was it? Okay. Yeah, I said, I just thought, oh, hell no. I said, I'm a little extra feisty today. So sorry. And I said, you were a snapper today. You had me laughing so hard. And it was true. Dolly Vision, our Turtle King, became the Snapper Turtle King yesterday. And some of his commentary had me just rolling on the floor, literally rolling on the floor. It wasn't the one he did on the Uncensored channel last night, the late night one. It was the one during the day. If you guys have not watched it, I'm telling you, if you want to laugh, if you just, it's Saturday, your week is over. Today is the first day of your weekend, and you just need to, I don't know, have a better day. You need to laugh. You need to get in a good mood. You just need to get in a good mood. I'm telling you, you need to go over to Dolly Vision and watch yesterday afternoon's clip. And I'm telling you, I was dying. I was dying laughing. That man, if I was not on my bed sitting there watching it, I would have literally been on the floor rolling. There was times that I was literally laughing so loud, I had tears streaming down my face. It was that funny, and I love it. I love it. And again, none of this would be going on. None of this would be going on if wannabe drug thug in the skank tank was just nicer. You can cover cases without insulting other creators. I do it every day here on YouTube. And guess what? I'm very successful at it. You yourself can be very successful at it if you stick to the facts and get out of these petty fights. But I will tell you, I am not a bully, but I stand up to bullies. And honey, I will walk you like a flippin' dog. And I will show pony you around on the streets of YouTube when I walk you like a dog. So you guys can ha ha he he. My first recommendation is getting Gums off your channel. She's an instigator and is going to cause you a lot of problems. She's a nasty woman that's miserable. She's a chameleon. So if you made her mad, she's going to go over to another channel, talk behind your back, and start changing to meet her environment on another channel. She's not a loyal woman. She's not a loyal woman. And if you don't believe me, kick her off your channel. Kick her off your chat. I double dog dare you. Kick her off your chat and don't talk to her for a week and watch what she does to you. Watch what she does to you. She's not loyal. She's not loyal. You know what? The reason why I have the small circle that I do, it is hard to find loyal people here on YouTube. It truly is. But when you do find them, you want to keep them. You want to keep them in your good graces. You guys will see we don't always all get along, but we always all come back together because we know we are not here to injure each other. We're here for cases and we're here for the victims. We're here for the right reasons. The people that are pointing and saying we're here for money are the ones that are actually here for money. And how can we show you that? Because all you have to do is ask them what they've done with their money. Who have they sponsored? How many flyers have they produced for victims' families? You've seen us do that. You've seen us travel the country. What have they done with all the thousands of dollars they've received from YouTube? That's what you need to be asking. That's absolutely what you should be asking. Let's see what else we got. I did a mess of research. Nothing really updated on the Kohberger case. I haven't seen anything really come in on the appellate, the Associated Press versus the Second District, where they're appealing Judge Marshall's gag orders. They've said a lot of stuff. I thought their reply in support of the petition was really well done. There's so many days that they have to wait for the state to respond, or they're going to go ahead and go to court. Usually that time frame is about 20 days for response, which would have ended on the 31st. But with the weekend, I believe that they have until Monday, but I don't see any motions to compel, and I don't see the state's reply. So a responded verified answer to petition, brief in opposition by intervener, and motion for leave. So I think that this is there. So we just need to find out when that's slated for trial. If somebody can look that up, it's the Associated Press versus a Second District. All I have is this limited documents. They don't even have the hearing dates on it. And this is Supreme Court case 50482-2023 against Supreme Court 50482-2023. And we just need to find out if they're going to be having a trial on this. I'd like to poke my head in it. We know that Lori Daybell is is going to trial right now. We are getting bits and pieces of that. I'll get a consolidated update on that for this afternoon. Guys, if you have not been over to the new Bullhorn Betty channel that we're building up, please go over there. We're going to start running afternoon lives over there, talking about some of these cases while we build that channel up for a second channel. We've been talking about a second channel for well over 7-8 months. I finally pulled the trigger and set it up. And no, I did not set it up. Queen wannabe drug thug over in the skank tank does not rent that much space in my head. She's not that special in my world. And no, that account was never created by or for her. And if you actually go back and look at that channel, actually, let me just look at it right now. I'm going to go over there now and look at it. You'll see that it was set up. I actually had that account for quite some time before I ever even sent that out. So no, definitely not set up for her at all. But let me go over there and just I'll tell you the date that it was set up, just to make sure that I show my receipts. And again, guys, this is not the channel unless I'm talking about a case. I don't show my receipts for me. You either, if you watch me and you know me, you either take my word for some of these things or you don't. But I'm not going to show every petty little receipt that somebody comes in here that doesn't support the channel, demands from me, but refuses to pull one up for themselves. So when it comes to cases, yeah, I don't mind that. But when it comes to all this stuff, I'm not going to get into this where I've got to show every single receipt that I ever have for anything like that. That's just not how I roll, nor will it ever be. And if you don't like it, then don't listen. I'm not forcing you to be here. So let me just show you this. Let me pull this. Where's my... Uh-oh, I lost you. Did I lose you? No, I didn't. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to break this out. Sorry. It's almost the same one. So let me show you here. All right, I'm pulling this up now so you guys can see it. There we go. Right there. Right there. That's when this account was created. Definitely not created for her. She's not that special in my world at all. I'm special in her world because she can't keep my name out of her mouth. But believe me, she's not that special in my world. So no, absolutely did not create that account for her. We have been talking about that account for some time on here. We created it at the beginning of the year as part of my goals that I wrote out from the end of last year of getting the second account up and running, because we're going to be doing a lot of our serial killers over there on that channel and keeping the breaking news and news about new and relevant cases on here. But until I build that up, I'm going to start talking about some relevant cases over on that side as well. Oh my gosh. Thank you, ZA. ZA gifted 5 Bullhorn Betty memberships. Betty, there are 2 others that are involved in the death of Stephen Smith, Patrick and Sean. Oh, that reminds me. Thank you, Pebbles. Let me go over to Twitter because I know I was sent a lot of stuff over there. So let me go ahead and pull. I'm going to get this stuff down. I don't really care about these photos of her doxing me. We have them on record, and we'll make sure that those get to the appropriate people. I mean, since they do that to us, right? If they think we have terms of service violations, they definitely try to report us. But we definitely have concrete proof that they have themselves violated terms of service. So it is only fair that we provide that information over to YouTube as they would have done for us. So we want to make sure that we return that courtesy back to this channel. And, we'll let YouTube decide. YouTube is obviously has confirmed that I'm not violating the terms of YouTube. But maybe once they get some of these things, we can find out whether Queen Bee is violating terms of service. So, I wish you the best, Queen Bee. But again, I will stop when you stop. You wave that white flag, we'll be done. Don't ever bring me up again. I don't care what you do, and you don't worry about what I do. If you want to go down this road, I'm going to tell you, we're going to hold your feet to the fire. And when you start crying like a little baby, we're going to laugh at you and clown you and make fun of you and do a lot of stuff that you have done to a lot of other people. We're going to give you back exactly what you dished out. And if you don't like it, maybe it's time for you to stop it. And don't worry, I'm sure Gluten's going to have a clip of how many times I said I'm ready to move on. I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming out because she's so predictable. She is absolutely 100% predictable. So I just anticipated. I almost want to throw bets out on this, that she is going to make yet another video about me, making it almost her 300th video about Bullhorn Betty. And she's going to try to say that making 300 despicable videos is her constitutional right to freedom of speech, as opposed to harassment slander, defamation, and other things. So we'll see. We'll see if Bullhorn Betty's right about this, but I'm pretty sure because she's a predictable person. And when you become a predictable person, that's a dangerous situation. Very easy for somebody like me, now that I've watched you. And have we heard any more? Oh, yeah, I remember where I'm going. I'm going back over to Twitter because I reviewed everything you sent this morning before I came on. Get over here. Oh, we need to talk about Trenton. We need to talk about Trenton. It's getting later in the day. Give me just a second, Pebbles, and I will get on to that. But we need to talk about Trent because I wanted to give you guys some information. Let me pull this up on the screen for you guys. Okay. Oops, where did it go? Trent. Oh, I must have hit something. So here it is. I don't know how many of you guys heard about this. This is a Georgia teen, and I'm going to read this article to you because this is really, really scary. And this photo right here is them spray painting this man, peeing on this man, defecating this man, and putting a hose down his throat and throwing vodka down the throat of this man. And he almost died as a result of it. His name is Trent. And he has just been released. We learned last night or the day before yesterday that he was not released from the hospital, but moved from the ICU. So he is making great progress. This man is lucky to be alive. The Georgia, Glenn County tried to identify this as hazing, and this is not hazing. This that was in the video was torture. And what you don't see is behind him are people smiling and laughing and taking a picture with this man looking like this and on his deathbed. Then they drive this man to the hospital and basically throw him out of the car, and that's that. So not one arrest has been made in this case. Georgia police announced Wednesday that they've identified the teens involved in the torture. So now they've upgraded it from hazing to torture of Trent. His family called on community members for praying for his recovery. Glenn County Interim Police Chief O'Neil Jackson III told reporters that the investigation had tracked down the minors seen in the disturbing photos and videos showing a 19-year-old's abuse. The citizens of Glenn County are mostly very good people, hardworking people, he said. This is an isolated incident, and don't judge Glenn County by a group of juvenile teens. But isn't one of those juvenile teens a son of one of your officers? One of those juvenile teens that you may have to take to court? Isn't one of those teens have a father on your force? I could be wrong. Might be speculation. Might be just rumor, but that's what I'm hearing. In March 21st, photo posted on Snapchat, I think his name is Lee Camp or Lurkamp. I'm not sure the pronunciation of his last name, but he appears to be unconscious and slumped over in a chair, covered in items and substances as 4 boys pose around him. Later that night, Lee Camp was dropped off at the hospital with a blood alcohol level of literally or nearly 6 times the legal limit. He was dying from alcohol intoxication and unable to breathe on his own. He was soaked in urine and covered in spray paint, according to the incident report. A 10-second clip was posted up to Snapchat and showed LeCamp at the same St. Simon Island home, slumped over in a chair with a hose trained on him as teens can be seen socializing in the background. In total, Jackson said investigators tracked down 20 minors present or involved in both incidences. He did not reveal the date the video was recorded, but said it was prior to the incident that landed the young man in the hospital. Mark LeCamp told police that on March 17th, his son returned from the same friend's house covered in WD-40, vomit, paint, glue, egg yolk, and spray paint, an incident report shows. A few weeks prior, LeCamp suffered a severe laceration above his left eye and needed stitches after visiting the home, his father said. Trenton is transitioning. He's beginning his next step of his care, and we ask that you continue to pray for Trent, a statement from the LeCamp family read by Jackson said. LeCamp remains hospitalized at the Southeast Georgia Health Center, where hundreds of people gather Monday night for a vigil demanding charges against his perpetrators. The family would like to state that they're in full cooperation with the investigation and the efforts of all law enforcement officers. They want justice for Trent, Jackson added. The police department previously said it was working with the FBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and the district attorney's office. Jackson said they are probing whether there were any adults home during the incidents and the sources of the alcohol. I don't give a damn whether there was an adult home or not. These kids were teenagers. They're probably only a few months from 18. Charge them as an adult and let them be held accountable for the fact that they almost made a man lose his life. And this is not the first incident that they have done to this man. This is the third incident that they have done to this man. There is a protest that is going on that I was made aware of. Unfortunately, I can't be there. I have other obligations. I'm going to be at a nonprofit event here to help raise money for Catholic charities this evening. So I cannot be there. Obviously, I'm still home, so I can't drive there. But I knew about this, and I could have left yesterday if I wanted to, or if I could have gone. And I just wanted to let people know, if you would like to be a part of that peaceful protest, this is a love protest. This is to support the family, people coming together and bringing awareness for this young man that was tortured by people he perceived as friends. And it's going to be today at 1 p.m. at Neptune Park on St. Simon's Island next to the pier. Again, 1 p.m. Saturday at Neptune's Park, Saturday today, 1 p.m. today at Neptune Park on St. Simon's Island next to the pier. So any of my Georgia family that's out there, my Georgia Bullhorn Betty Channel family that's out there, if you guys want to go and show support for that family, this is what where you can go and support that family. This boy is struggling. Thank God he's out of the ICU. His family could have lost him 6 times the legal limit. He could no longer breathe on his own. He could have died. They are lucky to have him, and nothing like this should ever happen. And there were warning signs long before it got to this point. The police tried to say this was a hazing incident. This was anything but a hazing incident. This was assault. This was assault to epic proportions. This shouldn't be a slap on the wrist to, and I love how they say minors. Screw your minors. Every day, kids from 10 on up are treated as adults for doing stupid crap like hitting a teacher. This man almost lost his life. Charge those animals as adults. And I don't give a rat's ass whether one of those parents are work for you. Charge them kids. Charge them kids. Charge them kids. You have no problem charging 12, 13, and 14-year-olds and arresting them in school for slapping at their teacher. This man almost lost their life, and still something going on in Georgia. They don't like arresting criminals. They don't like arresting criminals. So it's kind of funny because I'm thinking about going out there. Thinking about going out there. And you know me in Georgia, we have a history. We have a history. We have a history. I don't like bringing the shit show. I don't like bringing the shit show. I like just bringing Bullhorn Betty. But I always carry the pocket of shit show right in my back pocket, right? To pull it out anytime I need to. So I'm thinking about going up there. It's been a good week. They've identified all the minors, still nobody in jail. And now they're looking for adults for the alcohol, but not the assault. Okay. Well, let's make sure your books are clean and there's no corruption in your county, because I might find it. I surely might find it. And there might not be, the protest might have to bleed over to Monday or Tuesday. But you know, I never drive to Georgia without my bullhorn. So what am I already thinking about this county?
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Yeah. Yep. Hold on just a second. Hey, Rick, I'm on my live. Can I call you right back? Okay, thanks. All right, guys. Well, the president of an organization I'm affiliated with is calling me. So it looks like that is my cue to wind down. I need to go ahead. Apparently I got something I've got to be a part of with everything going on in this country. I'm pretty sure. We'll see if my schedule will change. If I have to jump on gear and go out to something as my obligations, I'm probably going to have to do that and put the true crime on the back burner. So let me call my president back. And if I've got to go somewhere, I've got to go somewhere. So I usually don't get a call from him. So when the phone rings, it's like, uh-oh, that means they might be sending me somewhere. So it's a president to an organization. I want to make sure that there's no misinformation or rumors out there about this. It's the president of the organization I'm associated with. So driver ed teacher, born Betty, no dear, I didn't love you, Freckles. So we're going to come on the new channel, guys. Can one of the mods throw the new channel up in the chat for me, please? Because we're going to be winding down here. I've got to call. I'm not going to say his name because, good Lord. Oh, and while you guys are throwing up the chat, no, not the email. The new, the new channel. I'm sorry. Maybe I said it wrong. The new channel. The wheels of justice move slow. Unfortunately, the DA needs to have the best case to nail these terrible teens. I get it. You know what? I do get it, but it's still heartbreaking. And you know what? I know because I'm here, I'm involved with so much. I know that they can literally find the littlest thing to get them behind bars and then work on the rest of the stuff. We know that each charge carries its own merit. So it is possible that they could charge them with something that they can see, especially seeing that there's teenagers underage drinking. That's a charge that's provable right in that photo. They don't need to have any other information. They can charge those kids with drinking. They can find out who owns that house and charge those parents that own the property with contributing to the delinquency of a minor or neglect for failing to protect the children in their home. There's literally a slew of charges in Georgia they could charge these people with that is not connected to Trent. But again, they fail to exercise and hold people accountable in accordance with their own laws, similar to Leilani Simon. Apparently, this is systematic across the state of Georgia. It's disgusting. It's disgusting that victims have to prove the case to have a criminal thrown in jail in Georgia, as opposed to the criminal going to jail in Georgia and helping the victim. It's the victim that has to fight their own case and force the hands of law enforcement in the state of Georgia to get off their ass and do their job. This is the second county we're going to roll in with the same key factors as the Leilani Simon. We were in Chatham County. Now we're going to go to this county. Same kind of policies, same kind of failed policies, failed laws that put the criminals back out on the streets and do not protect the law-abiding citizens of Georgia. Shame on Georgia. You guys need to do better. Vote the shit out of office. You want changes? Vote the garbage out of office. Vote the garbage out of office. You want law and order? Vote law and order into office. These police chiefs are disgusting and appalling to somebody like me from Georgia, where we are a law and order state. So we'll see. We may rock the boat for another wonderful, no charge police chief. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll monitor this situation over the weekend, and we'll see if I'm going to get in the car and head that way. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, guys, it's great to see you. I want you guys to have a wonderful Saturday. Don't forget to pay attention. If you guys have not been to my other channel, there is the link right there to go over to my other channel and sub up. We are going to be talking true crime. I know I usually talk about it on this channel, but we need to build that channel up so we can get that channel monetized and I can start working on the videos of my serial killers and things of that nature and doing some other types of work on that second channel. So meet me over to the second channel. The second channel is because I usually try. So for Lex, just to explain, I usually cover breaking and ongoing true crime on this channel. And it's really hard for me to break away from the stuff we cover on this channel to do other things. Like I've got a whole bunch of serial killer stuff. So I went out there to like Pee Wee Gaskin. What do we do? Robert Long. There was other Billy Mansfield. You know, we have a lot of serial killer content that I've had for the last year that I've never had time to get out because we cover active and ongoing true crime on this one. So I thought maybe having the second channel, I can start working with those videos of, you know, just stories, not active stories. These cases are closed and well known, except Billy Mansfield. Billy Mansfield, they just did a another search of his grounds. He's been in jail for some time and they found a lot of bodies on his property. Well, his family still owns that property in Pinellas County. And they were just out there in 2022. Yeah, 2022 with a search warrant, digging up more of his property, trying to find more of more of his victims. So even though he's been charged, he's in jail. His case is still ongoing. They're still investigating because there was a lot of people that just disappeared, and a lot of those people wound up on his property. So I've got that content. I've never released that content, so that's why it's called Crime Stories with Betty. Because it's not really, you know, true crime. I mean, it's true crime, but it's more storytelling as opposed to covering. So that's going to be, but I'm not going to be throwing those out. We're actually going to be using it as a true crime channel until we get the numbers and stuff and can monetize it. And then I'll start working on the videos like Pee Wee Gaskin, Robert Mansfield and Robert Long, or Billy Mansfield and Robert Long, and a few other ones that I have covered over the last year that I have never, ever released. There's so much Summer Wells stuff, Gabby Petito stuff, Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner stuff that's never seen the light of day, that of the how in-depth investigation we did in those areas and what links we went to acquire the documents that we did lawfully. And we were able to tell a story. That's why I have no pity for Summer Wells' father. And you know what, or her mother. And yet to this day, out of all this stuff, they still have not sat down and faced me or gave me an interview as to what happened June 5th, 2021. They say they want to clear their name. There's no other way to clear your name than the Bullhorn Betty channel. I've done more work out there. I've seen Don Wells more times. I've spoken to Don Wells more time. These creators on these channels that think that Don Wells was exclusive to him. No, he wasn't. He had been chatting with me the whole time. He's been trying to clear his name. He just won't do it face to face. And that is a red flag for me. So I'm still calling out for Don Wells. If you'd still like my help to help find your daughter and you want to give me an interview to clear the air, to show me that you really are truly wanting help with your daughter, then I will give it to you. But damn it, you're going to answer my questions, my very tough questions. And if you can handle it without blowing a gasket and calling me names and disrespecting me, we can get through the process a lot better. And maybe we can start identifying some areas of where she might be. So again, the ball's in Don Wells' court for that. If he so chooses, I've given him the opportunity. I've lent him out the olive branch. He still hasn't taken it, and he still has been driving Bullhorn Betty like a chicken with my head cut off. So when I get back into Rogersville, he ain't going to be a happy camper. My suggestion would be that he probably just needs to sit down with me, and I don't even need to record it. I don't need to videotape it, but he does need to answer to me. He needs to answer some really tough questions because he's lied to me. And I want to ask him why. So if he would like to reach out to me, well, actually, he does reach out to me. So if he would like to meet with me, maybe some of you guys can push them over the edge to meet with me. Everybody else, hope to see you. All right, guys. So we'll see you this afternoon. God bless. I got to make my phone call back and talk to you soon. Peace out. Oh, and don't forget, don't be an asshole. Quit being nasty. Quit being mean. And like I think one of our audience members said, you know what? Everybody has a past. Everybody has a path that they have to walk. Nobody is perfect in this world, despite them thinking they are. So you should make sure you're not living in a glass house and throwing that first stone, because somebody might take that stone and throw it back and shatter your glass house and knock you right off that pedestal. So again, we just want to make sure that things are fair on here. We want to make sure that the hypocrisy stops. We want to expose the hypocrisy, and we want to make sure that people start acting right. If you can do it, so can everybody else. You are not special. You are definitely not special. But by all means, don't ever think I set up anything for anybody else. If I set something up, it's for me and my channel. I proved it. I showed you my receipts. So you can keep talking. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. And we're going to start paying attention, and we're going to start fact finding you. Aha! Right? They want to fact find me. Let's show what chump and what garbage investigations they do. They do horrible investigative work. They don't have half the facts correct. And they're sitting there acting like they are with the information on true crime. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You guys suck at your research. You suck at your channel. And when people say you suck, all you got is insults. We come with facts. You come with insults. Damn shame. All right, guys. Peace out. Bullhorn Betty style.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information.
Wait a minute. Wait. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Sorry, guys. I promised you guys I would do this, and I did not do it. I missed a lot of the supporters in this chat. What? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go over here. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I went over to the other side of YouTube. Give me just a second. We're not done yet. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. We're back. We're back. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I do that often, where I say I'm going to do one thing, and then I start getting on a tangent and absolutely forget to do what I promised you guys I would do. So I'm so sorry about that. So let's go ahead over here. Perfect. Let me go ahead and pop this up, because we had a lot of people that supported this channel this morning, and I glossed right over you. It was not intentional. We just had a lot of stuff going on. So I wanted to make, oh, I think I just hit the wrong button. I think I just threw a commercial. I hit the wrong button, and we just threw a commercial up. I'm sorry, guys. That wasn't my intent. I was trying to come to the viewer activity, and I hit something else. So Steffers wrote this morning and said, "You're sassy, super chat. You're sassy and classy. Much love from Steffers. Jara Family Vibes put her 4-month membership up. Thank you so much. She said she's happy to be here. I love you, BHB and Coffee Beans. Karen did a super sticker with a beautiful fox that says, my hero. TL did a super chat. I appreciate you in the coffee club. Stay strong. ZA gifted 5 memberships. God bless you, ZA. Thank you for the memberships. Freckles did 1 gifted membership. Thank you, Freckles. We appreciate all the love and support, and you are always a great support. Freckles also had her 4-month membership milestone, and she writes she loves this channel. Again, thank you. Followed by a super sticker with the emoji with the thumbs up. Awesome. I love it. After party with K and D. Have coffee on me. Be safe. God bless each and every one of you for the wonderful support you provide our channel. And we will continue to provide great content for each and every one of you to know. So again, God bless each and every one of you. We are a success because of the work you do. I would never be able to do this alone. So again, it's a good sentiment and a shout out to all the community members, and thank you for all that you do. Now we're closing out. I love you guys. Have a great Saturday. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something, because an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, be safe and kind to one another, because if Skank Tank did it, you know what? If they didn't do it, they wouldn't be here right now. We would not be talking about them. We would not be putting a YouTube bully in their place. But sometimes it takes big guns to sit here and smack these little people into their place. And that is exactly what we're doing. And if this doesn't work, then we'll make sure we get to the bottom of a solution that will. Good day.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.